Hello, baby.
Shut up! It's Daddy, you shithead. Where's my bourbon? Can't you fucking remember anything? Now it's dark. Spread your legs. Wider. Now show it to me. Don't you fucking look at me.
Mommy. Oh, Mommy. 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 Mommy loves you. Baby wants to fuck.
I was born of original sin. From a two-time hustling virgin. Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. I'm the sacred host with the most. I was born on Christmas Day, and all my people turned me away. They said I'd be the one. Follow the life of the chosen son. Doing the cross was not for me. Screw this life of chastity. I was born on Christmas Day, and all my people turned me away. I was born of original sin. From a two-time hustling virgin. Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. I'm the sacred host with the most. I've got one thing to say. Sex, sauce, amen.
Okay, let's get down to it, boppers.
Okay, buddies, it's the Ron and Fez Show, 866 Ron Zero Fez, 866 Ron Zero Fez. No baby yet, Dave?
Nothing yet.
Okay.
Nothing on the farm.
All right. Fez, you're not in the nut hut yet?
No, not yet. Not till Saturday. Saturday is nut day.
And Earl, you're still afraid of the Clintons. Okay, everything is where it was the day before. Big story in the news out there, Fezzy, is coming to us from the great Northwest, which, not unlike the Blue Velvet thing that we played at the beginning of the show, things on the surface look normal, but underneath, there's a bug war going on. This little girl, I guess they're playing softball. She hits the ball over the fence. She's rounding the bases blows out the ACL. That's it. Now, the rules are, I don't care if you hit a home run, you got to tag 4, or it's a single, and then you get a pinch runner. For whatever reason, and this is why Hillary Clinton should never be president of the United States, the other girls on the other team pick her up, which, if you saw the picture, it's really not a bad feat to be able to pull that up. They pick the girl up, and they run around the bases, making sure that they tag each base so that there's a 2-run homer against their team. And this is being sold to the United States right now as sportsmanship.
I love this story. I absolutely love the fact that these girls went and picked that other girl up. That brings a tear to my eye. That would carry her around the bases and give her her home run.
Now, why, I would cry too if I had money on that game. Because I guarantee you, every game is being played, whether it's at the highest pro level or T-ball. Some guy's got a couple bucks on it. He's got the right to make sure that the rules are obeyed here. You don't go helping the other team score.
Well, there's no rule against carrying that girl around the bases.
No, there's common sense against it. Now, you sound like a guy who didn't play ball. And I haven't talked to Earl and Dave or Pitsy about this. They've all played organized ball before. Earl, what do you do if guys on your team try to carry the other person for a home run?
I beat them with a baseball bat. That's what I'm doing.
I would honestly be tackling the people on my team. They would no longer be my teammates. Now, Dave, let me go to you.
This is worse than Shoeless Joe Jackson. The other team helped the other team win the baseball game, the softball game.
And as far as I know, Fez, didn't they knock him out of the tournament?
Yeah, this was playoffs. So, yeah, this took the team that helped the girl out of the tournament completely.
Sports are not important to young women. Now, Fez, would you like to see the Tampa Bay Bucks help the Carolina Panthers score a touchdown? Would that make you feel like you could shed a tear?
No, but I think this is a completely different situation.
Tell me what it is.
Well, that with Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Panthers, that's professional. This is girls softball at a college level.
So if it's at a college level, it doesn't matter. All right, let's suppose this is the Rose Bowl. Would you like to see Ohio State help USC score a touchdown?
Well, if USC had earned a touchdown,
you don't earn it. You earn the point by touching all 4 bases.
That's part of the game.
That is part of the game. You have to touch all 4. I'll give you another example. So you think because she hit the home run, that it's that's it. She hits the ball out of the ballpark, it's a home run.
Right, yeah.
I'll tell you this. She hits a home run, and I'm playing second base. I see her run by, and she doesn't tag second. I'm giving a wink to the umpire, like, did you see that? I'm not saying a word till I see her touch home, head back into the dugout, and then I'm fucking calling it. And that, my friend, is the rules. And I think if you don't play by the rules, how's it a sport? Let me go over to Pitsy. This kid had a rocket arm, started varsity behind the plate. As a freshman, maybe he disagrees here. Pitsy, where are you on this?
I would never, ever help someone on the other team score. And if my team ever did that, I would honestly punch them in the face. They would not be my teammate anymore.
It really doesn't seem like, A, women care about sport, and B, we're treating them equally.
I just want to know if the 2 teams made out after the game. Because
it was girls softball.
Yeah, I mean, that's
that
what
was going to happen anyway.
And they were on the collegiate level. You know how college girls are.
Bruce, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, the problem I have with it is if she's rounding third, and come hell or high water, I'll drag my ass across home plate if the ball's over the fence.
And that would be fine. That I would have no problem.
To get across the base.
If this girl, who we were playing about, she blows out her ACL, she's in pain, and she has to crawl around all the bases, I'd applaud for her at the end. I'd say you did it, but I would not pick her up and carry her. That's wrong. Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron, your analogy's all bad, man. This is women's sports. This is like the Special Olympics. It doesn't matter. Look at all little retarded kids hold hands.
All right, now I understand what you're saying there, but see, I do treat women as equals.
Yeah, right, but not their sports leagues.
But I'll say this. Now let's all say this. Suppose this is the Olympics. the softball game, us against Russia. You're going to applaud for American kids who pick up a Russian kid and carry them around?
I think that would be a huge thing of international sportsmanship.
This is why you're going to the crazy house on Saturday.
I think that would be great.
You know what? You're not going to get out. You are not going to get out because I'm giving them this tape.
And he may be arrested for being a traitor.
They don't do that at the Nut Hut.
George, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ronnie, the story, that you're missing a part of it here. When the girl hit the home run and she injured her knee, her own teammates asked if they could carry her around the bases, and the umpire told them no, it was against the rules. Then the other team stepped in and volunteered to do it so she could get her home run.
It's not a home run.
It's a home run once she gets there to the end.
Yeah.
But this, and here's what I hate. ESPN is playing this up. All the papers are playing this up as if it's a good thing. Which, by the way, is why Fez thinks it's a good thing. Because his TB set told him so. And if his TB set says something is right, oh, Fez, wake up. Go buy this cereal. Off he goes.
I think it's a wonderful gesture on those girls' part.
It's crazy. Remember when Bo Jackson got hurt? Imagine if the Chiefs just picked him up.
Doesn't make sense.
Bring it to the end zone.
Here's Joey. Joey, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what about Kirk Gibson, 88 World Series? The guy could barely get to the fucking plate, and he still hit one out and stumbled around the bases.
In absolute pain. And that day, he became a legend. Most people can't tell you anything about the rest of his career. You know, he had a solid career. He was a great ball player. But when you think of him, you think of that at bat.
Yeah, and the arm movements he was doing as he's hitting second base, like he's pulling a lawnmower.
Yeah.
But, Fez, I mean, did you have a problem with that golfer who couldn't walk all 18? And he was he was trying to protest that he deserves a cart? I had a huge problem with that because that's not part of the rules. Did you think that was acceptable?
I think, yeah, he should have gotten a cart.
Then everybody has to get a cart. And the course wasn't played for carts. But I see no reason to go, that's like saying this, oh, our best hitter has the mumps. Okay, we'll give you 4 outs. Because it's not fair. I don't understand where this thing comes down, that people feel this way. And here's what the problem I have with this. Women have the right to perform at the level that they deserve to perform at. I don't think this should be taken away from them. You know? Mm-hmm. I think that this is, again, we're teaching our daughters that they don't matter. Jim, you're on Ron and Fez. Jim.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I'm an NCAA umpire,
okay,
and the
I get
rule
your radio
says
shows.
You can't assist the other runner. They're out. If they ask the umpire and he said no and they did it, boom, they're out again. That's how it works.
So, even if it was the other team, which I guess, that wouldn't, that's not in the rule book, right?
It doesn't say with the other team's permission or approval.
Yeah.
It says you don't do it. That's like you said, to respect the sport and the women playing it, you got to enforce the rules.
They asked the umpire.
Well, but the umpire made a bum call. Again, because he treated them like they were just little girls. Here's Tim. Tim, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Yeah.
Hey, Fez is right. You don't want to win on a technicality. She hit the ball over the fence. The touching the base is just a technicality.
It's not a technicality. It's part of the game. Dude. Everything is technical. Whether the ball's in or not is technical.
Then,
that's why if you miss a base, you can get called down on.
And it happens all the time. When I played second, I was constantly watching the base. Constantly looking for somebody to miss a base.
And, of course, one of the most famous baseball players in history is the Merkles-Boner, where there was a guy on third, a guy on first. Guy gets a huge hit up into the alley. The guy on first never touched second base. And the opposing team realized that. They got the ball, even though the game was over, everyone's celebrating. The guy got the ball, touched second, because it's a force out.
Right.
That's the fucking rules.
That's the game. Here's Eric. Eric, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies, what's going on?
Yeah.
Hey, the key to the whole story is that the umpire told them that she could have a pinch runner come in and run around and score the runs, and that she would only be credited with a base hit. So the other team was already conceding the loss and just saying, hey, we're giving her the home run for the stat book, but,
either way the runs were going to score because the other team would have put in a pinch runner, and she would have only had a base hit credited to her.
Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Here's John. John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, I tell you what, man, we are, as guys, we are born to, hit that home run and then army crawl around those bases. We would have wanted to be on ESPN for that reason.
Yeah.
I mean, what's with this
Very good
chick?
point.
Yeah. She couldn't roll around.
Apparently, she was in a lot of pain.
Come on.
Not so much pain. She couldn't get her ass carried around there, could she? That was fine with her.
I think it's a great sports moment. That'll go down legendary.
Where?
In the annals of sportsmanship.
In the annals of sportsmanship, there's going to be some girls' game in the Northwest that's remembered.
This will be remembered more now than if the tournament had just gone on as played.
You're out of your mind. First of all, I will forget it by tomorrow, and I think I speak for every guy out there. And you're not even a baseball fan.
No.
And yet you love this story.
I love the fact that these other girls felt they were doing the right thing and picked up this fallen competitor and did the right thing and carried her around.
Well, why don't you do this? Oh, if a boxer falls, help him back up, give him some water, lace his gloves back on, and let him start punching you.
Remember the ice skater in those Olympics who his sister had died and he kept falling all the time?
Right.
Pick him up. Pick his ass up. His sister
Give
died.
him a 10. His sister died. Give him a 10.
Died.
You know what? That's sportsmanship. That's not sportsmanship. That's not caring. By the way, did you guys watch the Bob Costas, his new show? Is it Now or something?
Yes.
On HBO. He's got a whole new format, and it's a town hall type of thing. And did you watch it, Fez?
I have not seen this.
Of course not. You're not a real sports fan. That's why you picked that girl over. And that's why Saturday, this tape will be given as Exhibit A.
Do not send audio to the Nut Hut.
Oh, it's going to be video.
What?
Franklin's working on it. So you've seen his show before, so. I'm telling you, this is an hour and a half. It was tense. It was dynamite. Town hall setup. He brought out athletes to fight against sports radio guys. Mad Dog and Michael Strahan. It was really great shit. But as far as the sports, and went on like that. He did race. I think he brought up the fact of the drugs, the fact that Bonds had gotten a lot more heat than some of the white guys have. Some of the white sports announcers disagreed with that. It was really, really a good fucking show, though, all the way around. But I will say this. I was very surprised with Mike and the Mad Dog. They said the Giants winning the Super Bowl, the way they did, that great Super Bowl victory, was a 9 for them. But the Mets blowing it was a 10. That was perfect radio because sports radio is just based on negativity. It was the angle that they gave. That is just a bunch of yelling and screaming, and it's about blowhards not being able to feel satisfaction in their own life, so they take it all out into sports radio.
Yeah, and I've been saying it too for a long time. I mean, Francesa is one of the most miserable people. He goes through divorce. I mean, he's a horrible guy, and he wants to be.
Do you
an
listen to
athlete.
sports radio at all?
I absolutely do, and it drives me insane. It's like heroin because I ended up yelling at the radio and getting pissed off, but I want to hear what they have to say.
What about you, Earl?
Yeah, I listen on Sundays in the car with my father when we're driving home. And
Is it negative even on Sundays?
It's extremely negative because don't find the negative angle. I remember Bernie Williams had the greatest series of his life, and he went, "Well, I think Bernie Williams." All I can say is Bernie Williams is overrated. He's not the best center field. I was like, give the guy some credit for a minute. They don't let up on negativity for a second.
How about you, Fez? Sports radio?
No, I do not listen.
And yet you feel the need to be able to judge that young girl who cheated her way into your heart.
And the
She
girls that
cheated-
helped her.
You know who else you would love as a sportsman for you?
Who?
Benedict Arnold. You would love him.
I don't think he played sports.
Strahan said he would never do that show. He said he was on Mike and the Mad Dog. They were great to him. And he filled in because somebody else, got sick or hurt or whatever. They were great to him. On the way home, they're just ripping him the whole time that he's driving home. And he goes, those assholes. And,
They are.
Mad Dog didn't even say, it's not true. He literally didn't care whether Strahan ever did his show or not. One of the reasons I can't stand sports radio is how fast the callers talk. They just, everybody sounds like they're on crystal meth. Everybody who calls the show is cranked up. Here's Paul. Paul, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, guys, I saw the Costa special the other night, and my favorite part was Buzz Bissinger, who wrote Friday Night Lights and 3 Nights in August. He's talking to a blogger on set, and he's like, I don't really put a lot of credibility into blogs when one blogger's name is Balls Deep, and the place just popped pretty good for it. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, Balls Deep was, it was another thing with sports writers fighting with the bloggers and saying we have some journalistic background. We have integrity. And they were saying the same thing about sports radio, where there's going, you guys will have broads on. You really don't care whether you get facts right or wrong. Doesn't matter. Here's Julie, the hot little Brazilian. Hi, Julie.
Hi, Ronnie. How are you?
I'm good, darling. How are you?
I don't understand why everybody wants a movie ending, like a happy movie, everybody has to win.
Because they
People have
don't
to
want
carry
real
on.
life, honey.
Exactly.
That's the problem. The sport is not good enough for them. They want Rudy. They want a Rudy ending. Even when the real Rudy, it never happened like that at all. They would rather throw out reality and cry to a fake movie than realize this is the way life is.
The real Rudy teammates were like, this guy was a dork.
They hated him.
We hated his ass. His
They
guts.
couldn't stand him. Thank you for calling us, Julie.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Here is Dan. Dan, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, 19275, buddies.
Hey, buddy, what's happening?
Hoo-ah! There's a guy down here in Philly named Howard Eskin who
Right.
is so, you know who I mean. Actually almost started a fist fight with Charlie Manuel, the manager of the Philadelphia Phillies. And he just feeds on negativity, but he's almost always correct in his analysis.
My dad either loves him or turns him off and yells at him, and this has been on for years. My dad always tells me a Howard Eskin story every time I talk to him. You hear that asshole Howard Eskin? Or Howard Eskin really had it right on this one. He's
That's
just...
exactly how he is.
Every sports talk radio fan is exactly like that. There's so many things that I hate about Mike and the Mad Dog, and listen to him. I mean, but Francesa starts every sentence with, the idea that. Is that necessary? Like, the Giants are going to the Super Bowl. The idea that the Giants are going to the Super Bowl. The idea that Eli Manning is now in Peyton's league. Like, fuck you.
It's preposterous.
And I've never heard Chris Russo say years old. He always says, Mike Neesteen is 41 years of age. Who says years of age? What is this, a Charles Dickens book? He's never said years old in his life.
And then he actually, this was so embarrassing that he started the show with, Good evening, everybody! I just stared at him. Here is Terry. Terry, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, boys? How you doing?
Yeah, good.
Stevie Summers is the best on the fan, but I love the trade proposals people call up with. It's like, if you're a Mets fan, it's like, yeah, what do you think about the Mets getting Oswalt for maybe, someone like Sanchez or something like that? The proposals are always the dumbest things in the world.
That's a really good point. 99% of what you're listening to will never happen. And it's always like, and they call and they talk real fast. What do you think about this? Mike Vick gets out of prison. He ends up going down to New Orleans for a number 3 pick, and they're just going as fast as they can. And then it's the old, I'll hang up while you answer.
It's the most retarded thing in the world. When they put together like the 3 team proposals too, it just gets so convoluted and doesn't make any sense. It makes you think no one listening to sports talk knows a goddamn thing about sports.
The basic thing that has come down to now, and the embarrassing part of this entire thing, is that when you are a sports fan, you are lumped in with some of the stupidest people on the planet. And, we brought up the Philly thing. They brought up the fact that trade where those face painters, mouth breathers, came all the way up from Philly on a bus to sit around and boo the draft pick that time. That turned out to be probably the best draft pick that the Eagles have ever had in their life. Since that day, everybody feels like they need to go to the trade. to the draft.
Yeah, McNabb.
And scream and boo and do whatever they want to do. And it really looks like a bunch of knuckle dragging, mouth breathing, face painting, know nothing, live on their couch idiots. And that's what's fucked up for the rest of us that like to enjoy sports a little bit.
Right.
Without acting like, oh, and I got to stop and get some paint on my face by the time they're there. Now, Earl, how big a role does sports play in your life? Being a sports fan itself.
It plays a very big role. With baseball, I'm from March until October. That's a big.
So
chunk of my
baseball
year.
is your main time, and you follow all the other sports as well.
Yeah, I follow football, mainly football and baseball, and some basketball. But
And that's only because the Knicks blow. If the Knicks were better, you'd probably be watching. Pitsy, what about for you?
It's daily part. I watch sports every night. I'm always on ESPN. It basically takes over my life, especially baseball season.
Dave?
Same thing as Pitsy. I am so obsessed with sports that I look for a time off. It's year-round with me because I have baseball, basketball, football, but I also have the college sports, college basketball, college football. I never get a break, and sometimes I'm like actually tired.
You're a fan?
Yeah, I'm like, I need a vacation from being a sports fan.
What about you, Fezzy? Just girls softball?
No, it takes up half my year from football season, college and pro, from September through the Super Bowl. It takes up every single weekend and every hour of those weekends.
When he hears the word sports, he thinks I mean football. It really doesn't dawn on him that there are other sports. You watch constant college football, constant pro football.
Right. On a Saturday during college football season, I will watch it as soon as I'll watch College Game Day starting at 10:30, whenever it comes on, and then into any late game with teams I don't even realize are there.
But this is the weird thing for him. Pitsy's talking about full-time. Dave's talking about full-time. Fez is a straight hardcore 48 hours, but only during the colder months.
I envy him.
Yeah.
I think that's why I don't get into baseball or basketball. I think I am just burnt on it by the time the Super Bowl's over.
No, you're always depressed when the Super Bowl's over. You're almost in tears.
That's why withdrawal is so bad when the Super Bowl's over.
Here's Rich. You're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how you doing? Ronnie, if you saw the end of that clip with Russo and Strahan, they were going a little back and forth, and at the very end, Strahan got a big pop from a line. I forgot what it was. And Russo went to give him a high five, and Strahan totally fucking dicked him over, and Russo did the hand comb over, which was hysterical.
Yeah. And I think it might have even been planned. If I'm being totally honest,
Really?
I think that was even a work. Because you could tell Russo didn't even slightly care about this. But there is no way. You take a guy like Russo, he's what, late 40s?
Yeah, he's about, yeah.
And he's talking about guys that are half of his age, screaming about this and that. I mean, one of the things they try to go is, why aren't there any black leaders anymore like there used to be, And one of the reasons that came up with number one was, as soon as you get the money, they got you then. Because you don't want to do anything to fuck up your commercial deals. You don't want to do anything to fuck up your contract. How quick they can take you down. And two, they totally take you out of the people that you know. You're not part of the black American experience. Suddenly you're living in some mini mansion on the outside of, Salt Lake City or some bullshit. So everything and these guys are 22 years old. How do they know how to be a leader? They're not at all. And just getting bombarded, just smashed by the bloggers, by the newspapers, by the TV. Nobody who plays sports is interested in reading those things, listening to them, or hanging out with any of those people. They only look now at the fans as someone to take money off of. And they think that everybody's insane. They're just screaming white people.
We are, though.
But here's the thing that kills me. I will look at all you guys who say you're obsessed with sports, and I hear the way you judge these guys, the way they play. On a level you never judge your own performance here at work. The perfection that you expect out of your sports heroes is so much more than what you expect out of yourself.
It's much easier to critique others.
Yeah.
Well, oddly enough, you have a job where you could do that, and we would all be amused by it. So bring that easiness into this gig. Here's Mark. Mark, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
What drives me insane in both sports radio and sports TV is commentators and guys making their opinion and constantly say, what if? Oh, if he would have just ran this route, this would have happened. If this would have happened, this would have happened. It's like it didn't happen.
Right.
Quit saying, what
They
if?
relive things constantly going over things like there was an Earth 2, like there was other dimensions that this reality exists on.
And if they had their own way, there wouldn't be a coach that lasted in any league more than 3 games. Everyone would be getting fired constantly.
Here's our good friend, the Blowhard. Well, actually, a lot of the coaches are pretty much getting fired constantly now, no matter what sport you're in.
Yeah, Avery Johnson's out.
Avery Johnson, who has, one of the best regular season records in the history of coaching basketball, cannot go because his team didn't win the championship.
And he got him to the finals 2 years ago.
Doesn't matter. You got to win.
Right.
You have to win and win it all. Because as we know, you guys have the highest standards known to man. Your standards are incredible. But, over the years, I think I busted Bob Costa's balls quite a bit. But I got to tell you, I thought that this special that he did was one of the best hour and a halves I've seen on TV, any kind. I was like, this is what we need to be doing politically. This is the way we should be sitting down looking at our political race that we have going on right now. Well, here's the Blowhard from Brooklyn.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Listen, I've always believed that sports radio has great potential, but it's dumbed down for a reason. I once called Mike and the Mad Dog, and I complained that they're not doing, topics, and it's just people calling up, hey, who should the Mets trade? Who do you think? It's just like imbeciles calling up radio stations. And Mike and the Mad Dog told me that the callers are the people who control the things that are being discussed. So if there's a topic or some current event that you want to talk sports, they said that, no, we have to do what the callers want us to do. And the reason why people like Chris Russo, who's basically a rude jackass and he's obnoxious, is because he pisses people off and he gets the rubes to call in and he'll say something totally off the wall because it creates controversy. He doesn't believe in what he says. He's not sincere. He hates the Yankees with a passion, and he knows that some guy's going to be driving in his car cursing, calling in, when in fact sports radio, like talk radio, has potential to be civil, to be educational, and to be very entertaining, but it's not because it's dumbed down by morons.
But see, that's the thing. The people get what they want. And we talked about this before. It really is always up to the consumers. If you buy the Big Mac, they will keep giving you Big Macs. The day that you go, I got to have something else behind a Big Mac, is the day that they're going to come out with a salad. They don't give a shit what they sell you as long as you buy it. They will give you whatever you want.
And as long as the ratings keep up. The other day I had Mike and the Mad Dog on. They had an hour discussion. Should Met fans boo Carlos Delgado for shunning them by not doing a curtain call? Now, to me, that was like one of the dumbest topics I've ever heard in my life. But the people were irate. The Met fans were calling up, screaming about what a scumbag Carlos Delgado was for not coming out for a curtain call.
But I did like this about Mike and the Mad Dog on there. They basically said, this is just wrestling. It's just a chance to let the listeners do whatever they want, and then and that's it. It really isn't about anything else.
Radio. If you're going to go to a stadium and boo your favorite... See, I don't boo my team. I never do. I never did.
I'm from Philly. I was brought up differently.
Well, the thing is, if you go to the movies and Tom Cruise does a bad movie, you going to stand there and boo him?
Well, he can't hear you. But if I was at a Broadway play and Tom Cruise was coming out there, I probably would.
People have this resentment because these guys are making tons of money, and they go to the ballpark, and just because they think they're paying, for these $8 beers and these $100 box seats, they have the right to be jack-offs. And the same with talk radio. It's the same boring shit. Here in New York, it's just people these hosts are cloned, and they all put on these fake radio voices.
Blower, you need to work in radio. That's what you really need to do.
What was that, Ron?
You need to work in radio.
I have to work in radio. I can save sports talk radio.
Oh, I would love it. All right, my friend, I got to go. All right, 866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. Here's Brian. Brian, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Yeah, hey, what's up, Ronnie B?
Hey, dude.
I currently boycotted ESPN because I just can't take it anymore. You know, the NFL draft, you know, they do the pre-draft, the combine.
The
and
reason for that is that this country
It's
is
slavery,
really
like
a
you
one
said.
sport town anymore. Basically, the way Fez watches is closer than the way that most sports fans are. I think probably most guys in this country who watch all sports also watch baseball, football as their number one sports, and then more people just watch football and don't watch other things along with that. I mean, I would guess that most people are at least somewhat involved in every sport, but I don't even think it's close between like baseball and football anymore. I don't even think it's debatable.
No, football's just gigantic, leaps and bounds.
And when we're talking about dumb sports fans, no one is dumber than the football fan. I would even go so far to say the wrestling fan is brighter and thinks more than the football fan.
Football fans dumber than NASCAR?
I've never really been to NASCAR. It's about a car going around in a circle. Well, that's going to be a close one.
I don't think a NASCAR fan face paints, though.
Yeah, but they do make a big deal about how much merchandise they buy.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
they are fucking sheep.
Yeah, they do gather up the goods.
Yeah. Here is Milt. Milt, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron. Just wanted a quick little note. This guy that's calling in, these jackasses that listen to Mad Dog Sports for an hour, and they hate what they're talking about, and they're complaining the whole time, why not just turn the channel and go listen to something else?
Because they enjoy hating. They enjoy being angry. The same reason why a lot of liberals will watch Fox News and sit there and scream at Bill O'Reilly, or they'll turn on Rush Limbaugh and scream. I've done it myself.
Yeah.
I've sat there like a goddamn idiot yelling back at the TV. You couldn't be more wrong.
I get it. I just think those guys, they got to do something else with their time. That's all.
Another thing that I can't stand anymore on sports TV, and I'm going to throw it into football more than anything, is that the constant need for cackling and backslapping and people jumping up and down with you got to bring some to get some logic, you know?
Yeah.
Like everybody just yelling out, oh, I'm going to get some of mine. This is my time to talk. Just shut up and be like a person. And yet these shows are huge. Anytime that people sit around and listen to Terry Bradshaw's opinion on things, you know there's something deeply off course about where this country is right now. Here's Rick. Rick, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Dick Holder 941 checking in, buddy.
Hey, brother, what can we do for you?
Face! I've been to many football games, and I've been to many NASCAR races. And I've got to say that NASCAR fans are crazy on a completely different level. Where football fans will tailgate for 2 or 3 hours beforehand, NASCAR fans show up 4 days beforehand.
Yeah, I lived in Daytona, so I saw the city of trailers that starts there like a week before the 500, where they found out there's more people living in the parking lot than there is in the surrounding city. It's embarrassing.
Wow. Jesus Christ.
And if you went to the 500 with all those, how many people are in that stadium? Like a couple 100,000?
Yeah, that's how much it holds. It's that big.
It's something like 4.5 hours to leave. If you try to get out of there, it takes forever.
Doesn't seem like fun.
My dream is a Daytona 500 Hurricane. That is my dream. To turn Florida into a blue state.
You know what sucks about sports, like on TV now? How they always need robots or lasers or special effects in between pitches or in between plays on the football field.
Now, a lot of that has to do with people do not want to watch football. They want to watch Madden. They want to look like a video game. So now the actual games look more and more like a video game. And I would think if you were a little kid, like 10 years old, and you'd only watched football on TV, and then you went to a game, I think you might be bored pissless.
Yeah.
But they literally had to put up giant screens at the stadiums now because human beings don't know how to sit and watch a live event. They need to be entertained like it was a crazy movie or a video game.
There is a network that'll show a replay with video game characters, or they'll show a player as a video game character when they're giving out stats.
Ryan, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, the thing that I find most cringe-inducing about watching sports is the halftime thing where the sportscasters in their suits and ties and pleated pants go through the plays.
Now everyone has that with the fake little field where, like, we would all get up from here and go over, and I'm quarterbacking, and Fez goes out for 2 yards while Dave covers him, and then Fez shakes his head to the left and is somehow wide open in an area that is about as big as a phone booth. And what a waste of time. Jeff, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, hey, Ronnie, how about that fucking John Madden describing the game as if the whole fucking audience is blind? He just keeps repeating exactly what you just watched.
Yeah. And was he the first one to really, like, make a big deal about people's weight and acting like that was fun or interesting? Or, look at him, he's a big guy.
Yeah,
he's a big guy.
Giving out turkey legs.
Yeah, circling some guy eating a hot dog, and he'll circle the mustard on the hot dog. Like, okay.
The stupidity factor is amazing.
Have you ever noticed this? Sports guys love saying the bottom line, so much so that there is no bottom line. You can only have one bottom line. They'll be like, bottom line, the Giants need to win. Bottom line, if they don't win, coach is getting fired. Bottom line, if he gets fired, like, you can only have one bottom line.
You're going back to Mike and the Mad Dog over and over.
Just everybody, though. All analysts do that.
Here is James. James, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies, how you doing today?
Good.
All right, here's my thing. All right, Dave, what's your favorite baseball team?
Yankees.
All right, let me ask something. Yankees win World Series. Yankees are bottom of the league. What do you get out of it? I mean, when they go to the championships and they win the rings, I mean, you don't get a ring. I mean, I understand the fanaticism behind your fandom. It's like these people don't care whether or not you go to see them. I mean, they make millions and millions of dollars.
That's a cynical way to look at life. I mean, you could say the same thing about looking at great pieces of art. You know, if you're a fan of a director and he makes a great film, you're going to feel excited by that.
But you don't act like you made a great film or somehow you were lifted. The difference between that and sports is that if the Yankees win and beat the Red Sox, you have beaten the Red Sox.
That's true.
When the Yankees lose, you're a loser who is in physical pain.
Right.
So you jump into something. And the illusion of this, let's say it's the Giants, your home, playing Fezzi's home, Tampa, right? Mm-hmm. And it now means it's New York versus Tampa. It's about the places that you grew up, and it's very important to you. Yet, none of those players are from Tampa. Quite a few of them come from New Jersey. When you see the Giants, there's no one from that area, but there are a couple of people who grew up in Florida. Yeah. So you're not really seeing New York and Tampa. If you grabbed a bunch of guys out of your neighborhood and a bunch of guys out of Fez's neighborhood, you might be able to say, hey, we have the toughest neighborhood in America. But that doesn't exist. Everything about this hometown pride that you have is false. It's a lie. There is no and I'm not saying to watch sports and not enjoy it. I'm not even saying I have a problem with fandom. What I have a problem with is the stupidity factor of acting like you don't see the game in front of you, where you're still screaming when your team is 21 points down and your dumb face paint is peeling, as if you have something to do with this. It's a fucking embarrassment. And we can't even say it's an American thing, because you look at the soccer idiots around the world, and they're every bit, maybe even more so, more retarded than we are. Because at least we don't get on a plane. At least we don't attempt to burn the other city down on the after the game.
They'll kill over it. But it's such an emotional investment.
Why?
Because you spend time watching the games, you spend time at the games, you get caught up in the fervor of it.
But I don't see you having the same emotional investment into your own job and into your own life. I don't see you that fired up about how XM is doing, or how the virus is doing, or how the Ron and Fez show is doing. You're able to walk out of here without that same feeling that you get from sports. Something that you're not invested in. That any investment that you say you have is really false. It's just you pretending that you're invested in it. You really are. You don't know any of those people personally. And unless you put money down, there's nothing that could really affect you with that.
It's an excellent point. But, I mean, something that we do. Maybe it's easier to root for things outside of ourselves, too. You know, like
maybe because you're so disconnected and don't believe in yourself that you have to put it on these mythical heroes that you make that then become some kind of disappointment when they don't fulfill your fantasies. Maybe it's the same kind of thing of guys who like girls from afar and then one day decide that they're dirty whore cunts and hate them. And no one knows what the fuck they're talking about. Let me head on over here to Mark. Mark, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, talking about being invested in the team or in the sport, does it make you more of a fan or less of a fan if you're engaged in any sort of fantasy sports? So if you're playing, Fezzi's watching TV all weekend and then he's on the computer setting up a roster.
Well, that's funny to me because now the fantasy of that is pretending you're an owner or a GM. You're not even pretending you're in the sport or you're a coach anymore. You're drafting players. You're working in the front office. You're basically pretending you're one of the geeks, one of the fucking jock sniffers.
I got benched T.O. this week. He's just not performing up to my level.
And I have so many people that talk to me like that, where they act like they're making some major decisions.
Big negotiations with Irish Alky this week.
And then they're like, oh, I got a lot of money. How much did you win? And you'll find out they won $85 over the season. I won $600. Over how long? The 16 weeks and then the playoff. What? That comes down to $8 a weekend. You're not even a gambler. Put some fat cash up on this.
Yeah, fantasy is a different thing.
You don't believe in the fantasy sport.
I hate it.
What about you, Pitsy? You seem like a fantasy guy now.
Yeah, I play fantasy baseball, basketball, and football.
So you're a year-round fantasy guy.
Yeah, and I think it makes me follow the sport even more because I would never follow people from Dallas if they weren't on my team. So I do follow the whole league more.
Al, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I was thinking about what you said about, going for something outside yourself. I mean, I like sports. I like watching baseball. I like watching football. But to me, these guys that, paint their face and get out there and strip their clothes off in Chicago in the middle of winter, it's no different than chicks who get wrapped up in soap operas all crazy like that. You're just your life is so empty and meaningless. You're looking for something outside yourself.
Well, I am going to agree with that because, like I said, there is a lot to be enjoyed by being a sports fan. There is a lot to be there. But does there seem like there's a line, and I'll go so far to say a line of stupidity that you can cross over into? Yeah, I think you can.
That's true, I suppose. I mean, you were saying that earlier, and I really thought about it, but the fact that I say, with the Yankees, we need to beat the Red Sox this weekend, I would never say if I was a Scorsese fan, well, we just made The Departed. What a great film we made.
Right.
So that is a connection I never really even thought about, but that's bizarre to say, but I don't know why I do it, But I'm attached to my sports teams.
But do you think maybe you just act that way because other people do?
I mean, it's possible that I saw my brothers and my father acting that way, so I became acting that way. But I don't want to put my shit on them. I think it's more fun to pretend you're a part of the team, and so you say we need to sweep the Orioles this week.
Here's Ron. Ron, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Dave, don't lose your hope. The fan is part of the team. I don't agree with you, Ronnie B. When they're screaming and that other quarterback can't hear the signals and they can't hear the hike and that guy goes offside and and mess up the game. The fan absolutely influences a win or a loss.
Do you realize how few fans of the Dallas Cowboys ever make it to the games? Why are you screaming at your house? Why is there a flag flying in your driveway? A good amount of fans now can't afford to be anywhere near the fucking game. Most of the good seats belong to corporations.
That's true.
And the fans are either up in the upper deck or more likely in front of some big screen TV in their man cave that has pictures that they fucking... Go ahead. Laugh at yourself, Earl. Because you deserve it.
Our basement still has posters of Jim Burt, number 64 for the fucking Giants. Not even LT. Jim Burt's in our basement.
Here's Tim. Tim, you're on Ron and Fez.
I just wanted to say how fantasy sports kind of destroys your love for the game because, like, as a Yankees fan, if I have a Red Sox pitcher on my team and he's throwing against the Yankees, I kind of find myself rooting against the Yankees.
Yeah, that I do. I have had people say that, like, they want the Packers to win, but they also want to see... X amount of passing yards that happen against them.
Yeah, and that's why I think
you're not a real fan of your team.
That's why I think fantasy's bullshit if you're a sports fan.
Here is Paul. Paul, you're on Ron and Fez.
How you doing, buddies?
Yeah.
I was actually going to say that in 1954 in the World Cup in Brazil, Uruguay beat Brazil in the final, and I think more than 500 Brazilians actually committed suicide over it.
Then let me just say very quietly, yes. Yes. Oh, yeah. I do. When the stuff that I see about football, world football, real football, I think makes us pale in comparison how fired up they get. Because they get fired up for their home team and then for their home country. And they got all kinds of different things. There's so many different seasons over there. I can't even understand them. They get in tournaments that your whole season could be shot, but then you win one tournament. So you're proud of yourself.
And how insane must you be to be a South American soccer referee?
Oh,
Those
I
guys
can't.
are getting stabbed every other game.
I can't imagine a worse job.
Why would you do that?
You would have to leave your home country after a bad call.
If you can.
Well, here is Murray. Murray, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, buddies?
Yeah.
Was anybody upset the fact when the NCAA college thing was going on and they had that smug-ass, angry Bob Knight on there? And I know the suit doesn't make the man, but he looks like he just walked off the golf course in his sweater vest and golf shirt and everybody else was wearing a suit. It just didn't really jive with everything that's going on. And he just thinks
I think that like with a
that.
Bobby Knight, if you love him, it's almost like anything in life. It's like, the Democrats and Republicans. If you're a team, if you happen to love your team, then you love everything about them. And if you hate your team, you just hate that guy. You hate everything else about him.
Yeah.
Here's Sean. Sean, you're on Ron and Fez.
Mr. Bennington, you sound like $1 million.
I feel like $1 million today, my friend.
Hey, I had a question for you. What's the difference between the fans you're describing and these morons who are on the message boards for 22 hours a day?
They don't face paint. That's the real. I would dare to say that people don't live and die with their radio shows. I wish they would. I wish they cared about it as much as I do. They do not. Here's a Paycheck. Paycheck, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Ron, how you doing?
Good.
The way I see it is it's like a pretend war.
Yeah.
And your home team is, your country or whatever. You live and die with the team, and you get into it. I don't know about the faith. Maybe you're in camouflage or something. But, to me, that's how I've always seen sports. It's like a battle out there, and it's a live or die situation. I think that's how people get emotionally caught up with it.
So it's almost like backyard playing guns with your friends.
Pretty much. It's a pretend war through and through.
Well, they, so many times they will use the thing that they go to war. This is a battle, the field general, which in reality, I would rather have people caught up in that kind of a thing pretend war than I would in a real war. I would much rather that people got out whatever aggressions they have there, rather than on the battlefield. I got to tell you who's coming up, Fezzi, in just a few moments. It's one of America's great film directors and artists. He's written a brand new book called Catching the Big Fish. Meditation, consciousness, and creativity. In just a few moments, David Lynch is going to be coming into our studio. Big David Lynch fan, big fan of his work and all his films, and he's coming in right now.
In dreams, I walk with you. In dreams, I talk to you. In dreams, you're mine all the time we're together.
All right, here he is, an American original coming into the studio now, Mr. David Lynch. How are you, sir?
Really good, Ron. Thanks.
Great to meet you. I was reading the book, Catching the Big Fish, which is really a metaphor for the ideas that you go looking for your work.
Right. Ideas are the most important thing for creativity. We can't do anything without an idea. So the good idea is to figure out a way to catch them and catch them on a deeper and deeper level.
Now, the interesting thing, too, is right from the beginning, as far as your film work went, you have always been on the outside of mainstream Hollywood, and it never seemed like you ever go, what does the audience want? What does the film studios want? You've always given us something very different.
Well, I came into filmmaking from painting. And painting, you just get ideas for the painting world, try to realize those ideas, action and reaction, living in the world of paint. And I figured filmmaking is just exactly the same way. You're called a filmmaker instead of a painter, and you got to do what you believe in, and that is translating those ideas, staying true to the idea.
That's interesting, too, because I think a lot of your films are like modern art, where the first time you see them, you may not have the same reaction the fifth or sixth time that you look at it.
People say that.
Yeah. So you follow the idea almost like you're there to serve the idea, rather than
absolutely.
Yeah.
You're translating that idea and trying to stay true to it. When we get an idea, we see it just like a TV screen in the mind. We see it, feel it, hear it, and write it down so we don't forget it, and then translate it.
That's so. See, I do a show called Unmasked where I interview comedians, and some of the best comedians that have worked in the last 20, 30 years. Some even go back even further. And very few people, the interesting thing to me about comedy is people will write on stage. So you'll actually be able to watch the creative process. But very few of them seem to take credit for the ideas that they have. It's almost like it's coming from somewhere else.
Like fish.
Yeah.
And this flow of creativity, that's what we really want. And I think those people that can go live and get that comedy thing, flowing, a flow of ideas that make people laugh. There's ideas for everything. And to get in tune to that flow of creativity.
Well, what's interesting to me, though, too, and I will agree that there seems to be some kind of creativity that maybe we can't even understand yet. But why would, let's say, Richard Pryor be in tune to one type of creativity, David Lynch another, and Mick Jagger even another kind?
Because on the surface of life, we're all different. And we have our personality, our likes and dislikes. So I always say Sally's going to fall in love with certain ideas, and Bill's going to fall in love with another set. It's just the way it is. And so you could get lots and lots of ideas in the day, but only, a few that you would truly fall in love with. When you get that idea you fall in love with, it's a beautiful day.
Right. Or maybe sometimes some of us get ideas that we don't have the capacity to see come to life,
That's the frustration.
Right.
And so you get a great idea for you fall in love with it, and you can't realize that That's a heartache.
Right.
But there's ways to overcome things.
Like what? Like to study the craft, or
No, yeah, just to, persevere. After you get the idea, most everything is common sense. So if you get the idea, you're in love with it, you can figure out a way to realize it over time.
Wow. So it's up to you to figure out how to realize the stuff that you've been thinking about.
Exactly right.
And we use this, obviously we prepare kids with, school and everything, but so many times that doesn't help you in the creative world.
Right. Now, the whole thing is I've got this foundation, a David Lynch Foundation for Consciousness-Based Education and World Peace. What you find is schools now are in kind of bad shape. We just get facts and figures, and they say stress is hitting kids at a younger and younger age. There's trouble in the schools, many, many schools, stabbings, shootings, fights, depression. It's not so fun.
Right.
And you give them this technique of transcendental meditation. It's a mental technique, an ancient form of meditation that literally and truly opens the door to the deepest level of life. Unbounded, infinite, eternal, pure consciousness. Modern science's unified field. In Vedic language, it's called Atma, means the self. Know thyself. You give kids this chance to dive within, truly experience the deepest level, experiencing it, they enliven it, and grow in that. Transforms life. They start enjoying life. Happiness from the inside. It's an ocean of infinite intelligence. Grades go up. Relationships with the fellow students get so good. Transforms just from experiencing this deepest level of life twice a day.
So you've done this for a long time.
34 years, twice a day.
34 years, twice a day. You'll go into a meditative place. You'll stay there for like 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, you in transcendental meditation, you're given a mantra. Mantra, very specific sound, vibration, thought. That mantra you're given will turn the awareness within. We're always pointed out, looking for happiness out there. Sometimes we find happiness out there, but we know we live in a world of change, and we see it fade, and then we look somewhere else for happiness. They say true happiness is not out there. True happiness lies within. So this is a way to go within and find that treasury, infinite bliss, infinite happiness, infinite creativity. The same creativity that creates the universe and universes. Eternal field, unified field, unity of all the particles and forces of creation. You can experience it. And when you experience it, it's an all-positive field. And when you experience this, you enliven it, and life truly gets better. And those ideas start flowing more. Happiness, the side effect of expanding consciousness is negativity starts to recede. So stress, anxiety, tension, sorrow, depression, anger, need for revenge, hate, and fear automatically start lifting away. So you can work in freedom. The happier you are from the inside, the more those things can flow. Conduit opens up when negativity lifts off. Beautiful, beautiful thing for the human being, and the greatest thing for the artist.
How did you first get involved with this?
I heard that phrase, true happiness is not out there, true happiness lies within. And I always say, that phrase has a ring of truth, had a ring of truth to me. I think it has for all human beings, whether you believe in this or not. But they don't tell you in the phrase how to get to the within or where the within is. One day, the penny dropped, and I said, wait a minute, maybe meditation's the way to go within, find that happiness. Then you find there's many, many, many different forms of meditation. Many. Which one is right for you? And I read stuff. I asked questions. One day, my sister called, says she started transcendental meditation. I liked what she told me about it. But as I say, most importantly, I heard a change in her voice. I know my sister. I heard more happiness. I heard more self-assuredness. I put the thing together and said, that's for me.
Right. Now, some people will confuse this with a religion, but you don't see it that way.
It isn't. It's a mental technique. It is not a religion. Very important. There's so many misunderstandings about transcendental meditation, about all forms of meditation. It's not a religion. People from all religions practice it. It's a mental technique that will open the door to the deepest level of life, the transcendent, eternal field. It's a field of oneness, so it's beyond duality, oneness. It's non-relative, absolute. It's beyond the field of relativity. It's beyond space and time. It's eternal, unbounded, infinite. You experience that. You experience unbounded, infinite consciousness, a sublime experience. The splash of that dive within is bliss. Unbelievable, sublime, power, waves of happiness. And it's so beautiful in meditation, but what it does for your life outside is incredible. Freedom, happiness. Happiness in the doing. And I always say people do things, but so many people, it's drudgery. They're doing it for the reward at the end of the road, the fruit of the action. This gives you happiness no matter what your line of work. More and more happiness in the doing. This is your life going by. Why not really start enjoying it? It comes up from the inside.
All right, David Lynch is here with us today. He's got a brand new book, and it's Catching the Big Fish. This is available just about everywhere now. And and also you're making some of the meditation known to people, younger people, as well as all people can get involved in this now.
Absolutely. It's a technique you can learn. You need a legitimate teacher of Transcendental Meditation. Teachers are full-time. It takes about 4 days for the whole course. There's an introductory lecture, meeting the teacher, you're being taught, they're given the mantra and taught how to use it. Now you have your first meditation, new questions come up. Get those answered in 3 follow-up meetings. So when you leave, you know you're meditating correct, and off you go. There's no mood making. There's nothing. You add this technique to your life, watch things get better. Any more questions come up, always go back to the teacher. Feel you're not meditating correctly, you always go back and get your meditation checked.
And you feel like this is where the ideas from your work have come
Ideas
from.
are everywhere. You don't have to meditate to catch ideas. Ideas start everything. Oh, I need a cup of coffee. I would like to have a cup of coffee. That's an idea. So you go get one. But, like I say, everyone has consciousness, but not everyone has the same amount. Why would we want to go through with whatever amount we have? Why not unfold the full potential of the human being? This is what education should do. Give them a chance to expand that consciousness. And when you expand the ball of consciousness, you're able to catch ideas at a deeper level. They're coming up. We don't know them till they enter the conscious mind. Consciousness. Without consciousness, we don't exist. And if we did exist, we wouldn't know it. They say the I amness of life. We can only say I am because of consciousness. It is life itself. We're spun out of consciousness. It is the reality. Pure, unbounded, infinite wholeness, totality at the base of matter and mind. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. The self of us all. And to expand it is so sublimely beautiful and easy.
All right, so if we're doing this is where the ideas are coming from. The bad ideas come up as well, right?
Bad ideas.
Ideas that hurt other people, ideas that,
Those things are part of the whole trip is learning about things. You hold your hand in the flame on the stove, and pretty quick you realize that is not a good idea. You do things to others, and how can you tell if something is a good thing to do or a bad thing to do? You just ask, would I like this to be happening to me? Pretty quick you get the idea. But that's an intellectual thing. You get more and more bliss, more and more. It's an ocean of infinite love. You start bringing that up, expanding that, and you don't want to hurt somebody else.
You just want more of the good feelings.
You see the negative things lift. A lot of things we do are out of frustration. People do want more and more and more. Well, here's an ocean of infinite more. Infinite. when you are frustrated and you want something and you can't get it, sometimes we resort to things that are not so good. A lot of times we learn they come back and bite us. So it's a process. But with more and more of this, I say you're more in tune with nature. Obstacles seem to dissolve. The heavy weight of negativity lifting, just more fun to be alive. Freedom.
All right, David Lynch is here. Catching the Big Fish is the book that he's written, and some of it is about you meditating, and some of it is about scripts that you've written, a lot of it about the films that you've done. And what is always interesting to me, and I see it in a lot of artists, you haven't given up any of the other art forms. You actually even work with wood, and you paint and sculpt and just do whatever you'd like to do, although you're most famous as a filmmaker. And again, for all this, do you feel like when you meet creative people that they're the same kind of way, that they're able to create more than one way?
Absolutely. I say that it's, again, the ideas. Going along, bingo. I always say that's how come they draw the light bulb in the cartoons. Bang, I got an idea. This idea is a chair. You see the chair in your mind. You see what it's made of, the shape of it. And you can then go into the shop and build that human being thing. We might be best known or, do most of our work in one avenue, but it's all those avenues are open to us. So beautiful to catch ideas and make things.
And you're saying that even if people are just coming up with smaller ideas, I want to get a cup of coffee, I'm hungry, I want to find a warm place to lay down, it's because they're not going deeper. That these kind of ideas, the kind of creative work that you do, is open to anyone.
Open to every human being. And by the way, transcending, experiencing that deepest level is a human being thing.
Right. So what do you say to the young people that they get these ideas and they go to Hollywood, or they go to, their parents or the schools, they say, here are the ideas, and they're turned away immediately because you're too young. Things like this doesn't happen to kids from this neighborhood,
the world is not just, it's always changing. A kid with an idea, the kid with an idea is like me with an idea. How can I realize this idea? And like I said, most of it is common sense. I need this thing, that person to realize this scene in this idea.
Right.
And so you go and you do that thing. If you don't have the money, you go and find that money some way. And you realize that idea. Just don't take no for an answer. Keep on persevering. But the more of that inner happiness, that more of that inner creativity, and more inner intelligence, it's an ocean of infinite intelligence and creativity, remember. More of that flowing, and it's a kind of a thing where Mother Nature will help you more and more and more.
So you'll even pick it up from other people in the set. You feel like because you're open to this stuff, maybe you'll hear ideas from other folks, and
ideas can come from anywhere. And I always say, you get an idea. I never get a whole film at once. Come in fragments. Then they form a script, and that script is now organized ideas that you follow and stay true to in the translating to cinema. But along the way, you stay on your toes, because another idea can come in at any moment. Comes out of happy accidents, comes out of just sitting and thinking about something, and bingo, there it is. A thing isn't finished till it's finished. And so it's a process. It's a beautiful process built on these ideas that come.
Now, how do you... I'm sure you get a lot of ideas thrown to you from like studio people, like, hey, let's add 7 or 8 pop songs to the soundtrack, or
no, I don't.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
I'm sure that people are trying to bring that up to you all the time.
I've never really worked for a studio, and I believe that everyone has a voice. Everyone has a voice, a unique voice. Find your voice. Stay true to the ideas. Stay true to yourself. Don't let anybody monkey with that thing. For a film to really hold together as a whole, it needs to be filtered through the one filmmaker. others can really help you realize those ideas and stay true to them. You need people helping you. Never turn down a good idea, but don't ever take a bad idea. Why would you do that? Why? It needs to hold together. Now, if it's a total failure, you won't find the money next time, maybe.
Right.
Or these people won't want to work with you. But they should encourage you, inspire you, and help you stay true to those ideas in your voice. That's why they gave you the job to direct this picture.
But there's always the people going, hey, if you compromise, you'll be able to get more things. If we can have a Pepsi can in this shot.
Yeah.
You know.
This is a slippery slope to trouble.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not really serving the idea or anything positive.
David Lynch is here with us. Catching the Big Fish is his book, where he talks about the way transcendental meditation has helped him throughout the years, and there's also got other websites that you could check out.
CinemaArtsCenter.org, because that's where David Lynch will be appearing tomorrow night starting at 8 o'clock talking about the David Lynch Foundation.
David, you bring up the joy and the bliss that you get from this. But as we watch your films, there's some of the most terrifying things that I've personally ever seen in my life.
Yeah. I get this question, and it always is, David, if you're so blissful, how come you do these things? These are the ideas that I fell in love with. And I always say, films, music, books reflect the world in which we live. We live in a dark and troubled world. Stories throughout time always hold contrast, the human condition, highs and lows, the whole range.
Mm-hmm.
But the artist doesn't have to suffer to show suffering. Have the suffering on the screen, in the books, in the music. Create a world where people can go in and have an experience, but wouldn't it be beautiful to come out of the theater into a world at peace, into a happy life? You've had this experience. It's been fantastic being in that world for that time, but come out into, a good thing. Nowadays, a lot of people come out of a thing into a worse situation than they were in the film.
Sure. So, and I'm also interested in this too. A lot of your films, they deal with, different realities and maybe separate. And I would only guess as I'm trying to figure out a lot of your films. But you, and I noticed that the unifying theory is something from physics. Do you follow like the quantum physics?
I travel with my friend Dr. John Hagelin, one of the world's greatest quantum physicists, who will tell us that we live in a field of relativity, 10 dimensions of space, one dimension of time. Lots and lots and lots of places, lots and lots of levels. When you meditate with transcendental meditation, you go through that. You go through what Maharishi calls the marketplace, directly to the palace, the big treasury, underlying all of that field of relativity. Experience that. Unfold that. You're unfolding your full potential, and then you'll own all the territories. You're unfolding totality. The human being is a most beautiful being.
Mm-hmm. So you even experienced some of that stuff before, I guess you had read about quantum physics. You would pick that up from your transcendental meditation work.
You don't necessarily say, oh, this is this dimension, this is this.
Right.
But understanding grows. Knowingness. Right next to the big absolute is an area they say of all-knowingness.
Mm-hmm.
All-knowingness is like intuition. It's a knowing. And I give the analogy of, like, say, 10 violin players. They're each playing the same piece of music. How come one of them can raise the hair on the back of your neck and thrill you, almost make you cry? What is that difference? This knowing, intuition, the greatest tool for the artist, greatest tool for the human being, a knowing. We have the capability of all knowingness. We need to unfold it. Total bliss. Mankind was not made to suffer. Bliss is our nature.
I also noticed when I'm watching your films that the viewer will be affected on so many levels, that color plays a part, light, sound, the dialogue. And again, is that something that everything that's done that way is done purposely from you, or?
Yes, it's done purposefully to stay true to the idea. You got a scene. This scene comes with a mood, a feel. This scene is on the blue side. It's darker. It's more storm-like. It has a mood that requires people to move at a certain speed, to speak at a certain level, to speak a certain way, to dress a certain way, all based on the idea. The camera's here. It feels correct based on the idea. The idea is telling you everything. You just stay true to it in the translation.
But nothing is left up to chance. You see this stuff first, and then you try to recreate it in this world.
You do the best you can. Film is made up of many, many elements. You try to never walk away from anything until it feels correct based on the idea. If you do that, the whole has a chance of hanging together.
We're talking with David Lynch, and if you'd like to pick up the book, it's Catching the Big Fish. And it's very interesting, as I said before, some of your films I will watch again. Sometimes on the fifth viewing, I have a completely different feeling about them. And yet, every time that the DVDs come out, I always go in, is there going to be a director's analysis here? Is he going to help me through the experience? And you've never done it yet.
Right. I feel that the film is the thing. Nothing should be added. Nothing should be taken away. It is what you've worked to make a certain way based on those ideas. So to me, it's an absurdity to go and talk over something. Every film, seeing the film every time after that is colored by what you heard, the director say. Completely destroys that world. It's never seen the same way. It doesn't have an opportunity to be itself. In a way, as I say, staying true to the idea is staying true to the notes in the music. Stay true to the notes, the harmonics will stay true. So you have a possibility of going back later and catching those harmonics instead of just the notes. It can talk to you in different levels. Stay true to the idea.
Well, David Lynch, he's not going to explain our the film experience to us, but he will tell you how he creates. It's all right here. Catching the Big Fish. According to David Lynch, everybody can get to this state and everybody can be creative.
Absolutely, positively, and happy.
Thank you so much, my friend. It was great to meet you.
Ron, thanks a million, pal.
And you can
Fez.
see, thank you, David. And you can see him tomorrow at the Cinema Arts Center in Huntington, Long Island. That's tomorrow night starting at 8 o'clock. For more information at cinemaartscenter.org. And also check out davidlynchfoundation.org. And Catching the Big Fish is in stores everywhere. It's the Ron and Fez Show.
Ron Bennington, Fez Watley, Ron and Fez.
Nobody ever believed he was real. Nobody ever knew him or saw anybody that ever worked directly for him. But to hear Kobayashi tell it anybody could have worked for Soze, you never knew. That was his power. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.
It's the Ron and Fez Show. Just had David Lynch in there. He's got such a strange vibe about him, and I've been his. Did you see Eraserhead years ago? Did you see it in the theater when it used to run the midnight thing, or
Didn't
did you
see it
catch
in the
on
theater,
tape?
on tape.
Yeah, I remember seeing the T-shirts for Eraserhead long before I ever saw. Rolling Stone used to run a little thing where you could buy like a T-shirt. I saw that thing for years before the first time I went, Jesus Christ is playing somewhere I could go to tonight. And that is one bizarre movie. All of his movies are so damn bizarre.
Yeah, they really are, but they're just absolutely brilliant.
It's really, really cool to hear that he doesn't really judge these things, that they just come up and he puts them in the movies. I mean, I've watched some of his films and been so frustrated of what the hell just happened. But as time goes by, I really do have a tendency to get into them, even when I don't understand them. And when he started saying that he makes the pacing of the films go like that.
Yeah.
Have you seen any of his films, Fez?
I've seen Blue Velvet.
That's all?
Yeah, that's it.
I think I've seen every film that he's done. And they are... The pacing is always this real comfortable... Do you want a piece of pie? A piece of pie? Yeah. Do you want a piece of pie? And I'm like, well, come on. You know, sometimes I'll be watching, like, pick it up. And then the other times I watch it, it'll be just like trance-inducing.
Yeah. And there's sometimes the horror in some of the David Lynch movies are so infinitely better than any horror movie or whatnot you'll see.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, the kind of stuff that'll stay with you and
Right.
frighten you for a long time. Don, you're on Fez.
Hey, Ron. I'd just like to thank you for the best interview that I've ever heard. I saw Eraserhead when I was in junior high, and I've always felt that it's, like, affected my life. And I've never heard David Lynch speak, and it was just, he was exactly what I felt he was going to be, and it was just an awesome interview, and just thanks a lot. It was great.
Oh, thank you, man. It was really cool to meet him. And also, this one came 100% from Earl, who had to go through a lot of different things to get him, including sending him stuff to his people so they could see that we do some serious interviews. And then also going, well, I brought it up yesterday when I thought we weren't going to get it. No, it's not. You can't just go by the listening thread on the website. You can't. We're not that. So that's why I got a little off on those people yesterday, because I thought we had blown it. Here is Freddie. Freddie, you're on the Ron and Fez show. How are you, buddy?
How you doing?
Yeah.
2 points. First of all, the quality guests that just pop up on your show just blows my mind every time. Just a great interview.
Well, the cool thing there is, like, you're not really going to see David Lynch do the Tonight Show. That's
I
the
don't remember the
really.
last time I saw an interview with David Lynch. It was amazing.
Yeah.
The second point is his theory on ideas. That just blew me away. That was, and if someone asked me, who would you want to hear a theory on ideas from, he'd probably be at the top of the list. Just brilliant stuff.
Well, we do a lot of this talk on the Unmasked show at the same time of, like, where stuff comes from. And it's really, really interesting how mystical it can be to people. So if you have a tendency, well, you know what, who does this a lot? Hip-hop guys. When they always go, I want to thank God. It's all come to God. Because a lot of people who write stuff and create stuff really don't know how they do it. And they're just kind of waiting for that to happen. I always think of it as like, waves on the beach. Either they come up or not. And then you have to be able to, you have to have enough craft to ride the wave. You just can't be out there as a guy who doesn't know how to ride waves and suddenly a huge wave comes and it's a good thing.
Right.
It can be, pretty rough for you. I wanted Paul O on with us. Did we ever get a hold of him? I wanted him to be part of that interview with David Lynch. Hey, Paulo.
Paulo, you like the movie. How you doing?
There you are. Paul.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm here. I've been slacking a little bit. I understand.
I wanted to try to hand Gap to David Lynch.
Yeah, I know. Admittedly, obviously, he's all about self-examination. Obviously, he's been doing it for 30 more years, and not everybody's into that.
You're not into it?
I'm very much into it.
Oh.
I mean, that's all that life's about. I mean, really, you just try and figure out what you're going to do up to the day you die.
Now, with self-examination, is that the way that Dave's always looking at his penis?
No.
I think it's part of it.
Or crouching over a mirror so he can see how his asshole looks.
That's how I defend it.
Red. Truthfully, I think
David Lynch, I want you to guess what's up Dave's ass right now. Oh, David Lynch, here comes fuck twat. We should have just turned this into a David Lynch film. Just one scary thing after another coming in.
Hi, Mr. Lynch. I'm going to fuck you now.
To me, the most David Lynch moment was I see David Lynch walk out of here, and then 2 minutes later, Fonzie Z-Man comes in a leather jacket and sunglasses.
Hey.
Paulo, I'm going to be Popcorn Ronnie B this year, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I do agree with you that David Lynch probably would have liked Gap. So, I mean, but yeah.
I think he would have loved it.
I think so, too.
I think that he would have said, hey, this is me on my worst day. Yeah. But no, I'm always saying good things to you, Paul. Because I know the last time we talked, you said I crossed the line.
No, I'm just. I think
How's
I get
Melly
shit
doing?
on
Is
a
everything
lot.
okay?
No, nothing's okay, but I'm doing the best I can.
What's
I mean,
going on, pal?
I want to be up. Look, I want to tell Fez that his life is great, and he needs to go into to 4 wins and just kick ass and tell him, fix me.
Going there.
And you know,
Fix me.
because your life is
How
better
are you?
than
Are
mine.
you a little freaked out, huh, Fez?
I am totally freaked out. I am scared to death to go into the Nut Hut this weekend.
What is your biggest fear?
It's actually twofold. One, that I'm going to get locked up and not be allowed back out once I go in there.
Let me just say this. Yes. All right, what's your second?
The second one is that it won't work. And
no. I tell you, I don't know what to do if it doesn't work.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, it's really one of the last cards to play.
I may have to take you for a walk, tell you to think about the rabbits while I put one in the back of your brain. The big movie this weekend, Iron Man.
Iron Man. Yeah, absolutely. And then there's another movie. I mean, I don't believe
There's
it's
another movie.
going to be. I don't believe it's going to be a blockbuster summer for you. I think you're going to give people shit about that all summer long. But there's a lot of movies.
You don't think I can do 6 blockbuster films?
There's a lot of blockbusters this year, and they look pretty good. Pretty good. I mean, Iron Man was actually.
All right, the only one I got to see this weekend is Iron Man, right?
Yeah.
And then what do I have to see the weekend after that?
Then you have Speed Racer.
Wow, that's scary.
So that's 2 weeks in a row.
I know when I see Iron Man, at least I'm going to have Robert Downey Jr. So
right, I
that
can
gives
run
me
da-
some comfort.
I can run down the big movies of the summer.
All right, all right, that's 2. Give me the third.
Then you get a week off.
Yeah.
And May 22nd, you got Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Oh, that's going to be
to
fun.
take a week off.
I might take Casey. Since she doesn't have anyone to go with.
No. She was going to have me.
I mean, you have Narnia sandwiched in there.
Oh,
between-
man, dudes, I'll freak out if I have to watch Narnia. I'm not even kidding you.
You don't have to.
I'm really scared about watching Narnia.
Then you're off till June 13th, and when you enjoy Ed Norton in the new Incredible Hulk.
Oh, I'll enjoy that, I think, because
well,
the last one was so damn great.
You've got Sex in the City and Kung Fu Panda in there.
No, I can't see Sex in the City either. And what's the other one?
Kung Fu Panda.
What's that about? It's a panda that has kung fu
It's
powers?
animation panda.
I'll go out of my
It's a
mind, dude.
cartoon.
Who does karate?
Jack Black cartoon.
I don't think I can do it. I might have to quit.
Yeah,
I might have to
told you
quit
you're gonna
this.
quit.
If you quit, can Dave and I say our
Yeah.
summer movies then?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, then I'll be the big loser. Only after I throw in the towel.
Okay.
If you tap
But this
out.
is like planning rapes. It's like, first you're going to get raped by a small Chinese guy, then an Ecuadorian, then a very large black man. And you're like, oh, wait, now it's too far. Like the first couple rapes, you're like, I think I can handle.
Right.
But Patrick Ewing, I don't know.
Now you got the Happening after the Hulk. That's the M. Night Shyamalan.
I hate him.
It could be good. I think he's a very talented filmmaker. He's a little as a human being.
Somebody, another great film critic wants to say hi to us. What's up, dude? Go ahead, mystery caller.
Everybody's scared of me. That's my feeling.
Crazed, what is it?
Hey, what's up?
Hey!
Crazed.
Wouldn't answer me.
How's it going?
You're going, dude. Big,
I just wanted to say, I wanted to just say hey, and guys, I just wanted to throw in a good word for the DJ New Style podcast.
Okay.
And the thing is, I really appreciate the time you took and put on with my podcast and everything.
Sure.
But I mean, am I the person who's actually headlining this thing?
Well, you're all headliners. Let's see who we have so far, Fez.
Well, what we're going to do is the Night of 100 podcast will be this Sunday, starting at 9 o'clock in the East with Sleeves.
Uh-huh.
Followed by Way Too Hip Radio.
Yeah.
Then it is Crazed in his podcast. Followed by DJ New Style. 1 a.m. It's the generic show with Redding. And then we wrap up 2 a.m. with Bo and Hose.
All right. Dean, come on in here. Are you done the Bow and Hose right now? Are Bow and Hose podcast already done?
Yes.
That one's in the can?
Yep, we finished it.
Is it a good one?
Yeah, we're happy with it.
Has anybody heard it yet? Have you? Go ahead over, Pitsy. Have you heard it?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. They touched on a little sports, a little bit of everything. It was very enjoyable.
Would you say it's not too filthy?
No, not too filthy.
Why don't we do that? If we if we put those guys on that late, why don't we give them 2? So we'll give them the afternoon when we're going to do a big city broadcast. We're going to do Lene broadcast, and then we can do Bows and Hoes.
We have Unmasked. That just got announced today. They just got the email. Unmasked with Lewis Black is 2 p.m.
All right, then
on
why
Sunday.
don't we put it on Friday night at like midnight?
Ooh.
Okay.
We'll give it to...
Is that cool?
Thank you, guys.
All right. Yeah.
That's really nice. Thank you so much.
Because I don't want you going too late, even though on the West Coast, it's really nice.
Thank you.
So that way you'll get 2 of
So
those.
I'm the third one on, huh?
Yeah.
Awesome.
What's that, Crazed?
I'm the third one on. You
Yeah,
said.
you're the third one on.
Yeah, you go third.
That's anchor position.
Can I ask Craze the question?
Yeah, go ahead, Paul.
Craze, you have 2 hooker stories. Is there any possibility you have a third hooker story?
No, I don't.
Why, are you trying to option it for Gap 3? Or?
I'm just saying. I would. It seems like there could be more development in there. I think you should go out and get another hooker story, Craze.
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't mind if we ever do Son of Gap. I wouldn't mind if it started Crazed. Now, one of the worst things I've ever seen, it's up on
I was wondering
ronfez.net.
if I could come in Friday, if that's possible.
It's, what's that?
He wants to come in on Friday, but...
Absolutely can. One of the worst pictures I've ever seen is Fez sucking on Crazed's finger.
Oh.
Pretending it's a little dick.
Well, I'm going to probably be a little bit late, but because I have a personal training session.
It's working out great. You don't have to tell me, brother.
Yeah,
hey,
it is. It's
Sumo?
working out great.
Are you going to bring an unchicken sandwich?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to bring.
Either that or an
It'll be a
unturkey.
surprise.
Have something to eat.
Yeah, I'm trying to go on a diet, because and at least plan my food, because I set up a goal. I want to be 280 by this December.
That'd be great. It would be great.
Down to 280.
Yeah.
All right, Crazed. So,
all right, have a good one.
All right, big weekend for you. All right, bye. What's the Unmasked?
The Unmasked is Lewis Black. It kicks off season 2 of Unmasked.
Already? They're doing that?
Yep, just got the email this morning.
Fast turnover.
Why, Earl, I'd rather start and do the Unmasked at nighttime. Anyway, after this one.
All right, we'll talk to the guys in D.C. about it. But, yeah, I mean, it makes more sense to put them on at night.
Well, it's going to premiere this Saturday, 8 p.m. on XM Comedy 150. That's this Saturday night. And then Sunday, it's 2 p.m. on The Virus.
All right. Jeez, every time I turn around, it's another thing.
I know.
It's just everything all the time. Me and, if you really think about it, me and David Lynch go through so many weird things in our lives. We're so much alike. You know what I'm going to do when I leave here, too?
What's
I'm
that?
going to buy white pants. Because David Lynch and his best friend they have a whole sportier look that's better than me and better than you guys.
It's springtime.
For Hitler.
Truman Capote-ish.
In Germany. Paul, so
Yes,
this
sir.
weekend is Iron Man. Did you see it? Did you like
Yes,
it?
sir. Yeah, very good. The reason it probably is at the very top of superhero movies is because it's believable. It's based on technology. It's something that could happen. I mean, nobody has built an Iron Man suit.
What happened to our cake? Thought we were all having nice cake.
Out there.
She keeps saying there's no plates, but paper towels will suffice, I think.
What, did we send somebody out? Did they get a little milk with it too? Let's turn it into a wonderful day.
I told them.
Turn it into a wonderful thing.
Not literally. I told Pitsy.
If you're going to have cake,
soda?
why not?
I thought they
Soda, what are we, animals? What are we, children?
I don't know. Am I the only one that eats cake and soda?
Yeah. Unless you're at a kid's party. We either have tea or milk or coffee in the real
Freak.
world.
Diabetes girl.
All right, we'll have soda. Soda's fine, honey. Don't make a big deal out of it. By the way, did you see the picture of Lily's new comic book?
Oh, from Robot Artist on ronfez.net.
Fantastic.
From the womb of...
Did you see that, Lily? Did you see the picture of yourself as a comic superhero? Breaking hearts?
Yeah, I saw it. I thought it was really nice. Except for the vroom vroom. I mean, I don't want to be, known as the vroom vroom girl.
You brought up vroom vroom as your secret...
It was something that I originated, but it's not the only thing about me.
It's your thing.
But it's not the only thing.
What is the other things that we're missing?
Other things.
Like what?
Thanks.
See? You got no other things. You got vroom vroom.
Be happy.
The other thing is Vram Vram.
It's nice that. Oh, man, now she's mad at you. See the look you got.
Zoom Zoom.
So, Polo, this is the best comic book movie ever made?
No, I mean, it's probably up there, though, because, I mean, okay, you have Robert Downey Jr. Actually, Jeff Bridges is equally great in the movie.
I didn't know that. I'm a huge Jeff Bridges fan.
Yeah, I mean, he really plays this corporate.
And then I'm also a Nash Bridges fan, which is odd.
That is odd.
Yeah. And Todd Bridges. I love
weirder.
London Bridges, except for they're always falling down. All right, so this is the best comic book movie ever.
I'm saying it's very good. It's
Up to
very
this point, what was the best comic book movie you ever saw,
I
Dave?
mean, the
Batman, the new Batman.
Earl?
I would say the 89 Batman. I like that a lot. Still.
That was the first one?
Yeah, in 89 with Tim
And
Burton.
Fez?
Sin City.
Is that really a comic book, though, since it's not about superheroes?
Yeah, it's a comic book.
But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. But Marv, he's kind of superhuman.
God, it's like talking to a kid now. This is why you're being locked up, because you actually made the thing Marv is kind of superhuman.
You know, the interesting
Try
thing.
to have a conversation.
The interesting thing too is that you know, Tony Stark is a billionaire and Bruce Wayne is a billionaire, but Bruce Wayne has a lot more million. I think he has $6 billion, and Tony Stark has $3.5 billion. Yet Tony Stark has really done a lot more with his money than Bruce Wayne, and I don't know what the problem is with that. He doesn't seem as creative as Tony Stark. I mean, tremendous brain and a lot of money. So I mean, the comparison there is between the rich guys. I mean, there's nobody like that.
It is true that Bruce Wayne doesn't really live all that large. He just has one big house. But he doesn't really, you know, it's always like the Wayne Foundation.
Yeah, well, his money's going into bat gadgets.
Yeah, and you think it takes a just small chunk of change to run the Batcave? No. That's a lot of money in there.
You don't think that his money could have been better spent, let's say, paying out a security force or helping education instead of coming up with some kind of belt that he could have?
But those cops are all crooked. You can't hire a security force in Gotham City. They'll all turn bad.
You really believe that?
I do.
You don't think that this is just the angle of a madman? See, here's the problem, I think, with the human race. You don't believe in good. We do not believe in good. That's why I think that we spend more money on bombs than we do on education. We cannot, for the life of us, see good happening. We don't believe in good. We believe in bad. And we think about fighting bad rather than making good.
Well, it's always the way it's going to be. That's why there's never going to be world peace.
Of course there will be.
There will never be.
You never saw Star Trek?
I've seen Star Trek.
You can't have Star Trek, right? That can't be the future without world peace.
Well, then that future is not happening.
How do you figure? All you really need is world security, the people of the world to come together. I mean, we have United States peace, right?
Right.
I'm not saying that we're not going to have murder, but there's no way in the world that you should have armies lining up against each other. It's just too ridiculous. I mean, who used to fight more than Europe? They fought all the time. Look
Right.
how rare that is now. Now they're unified. They're, trading. They get the money together. The last thing France is thinking about is rolling into Spain, trying to conquer them. But they did that for centuries and centuries and centuries. Now, can you even imagine the nations of Europe lining up against each other?
No, that would be really hard to imagine.
And that's only 50 years ago.
Right.
That's only 50 years ago. So really, look how close we are to it right now.
But there's always going to be, fanatics and terrorists.
That's not the same thing as a war.
But it's going to keep there from being world peace.
All right, so you're saying that there's no peace in the United States because occasionally we have murders. Or would you say this is overall peaceful?
I'd say we're overall peaceful.
It'll be the same type of thing. You're still going to have a couple of maniacs. I mean, we have it in this country where some kid runs into a school and shoots everybody. But overall, this is a peaceful place to live. And that's the way the rest of the world's going to be. We're very, very close to it right now. The problem is everybody's so negative about everything. You never want to think that we've made any progress. What do you think, Paul? Is this movie any good?
It's a shame that Bill Gates has not done anything to try and become a superhero. He's only doing his philanthropy thing.
He's a
but it
pussy.
seems-
What's he going to do? Who's Bill Gates? Who's Bill Gates going to beat up?
Well,
I'll fucking destroy Bill Gates in a fight.
But that's the point. Iron Man built a suit. He's going to kick Batman's ass because his suit's a better suit. And Bill
Motherfucker,
Gates-
take $2 billion to build a suit, and I'll meet you right down on the seafront, and I'll beat the shit out of you, Bill Gates.
He's got the money to build a better
Build
suit.
the best suit you fucking come up with. I see what he looks like. I'm going to beat the dog shit out of him. That suit better be a transformer.
This is what he should be putting his money into, and maybe do something for the world. I mean, I know he's a big philanthropy guy now. Him and his buddy Buffett, they're giving away
Buffett?
billions.
Jimmy?
Jimmy, yeah.
No,
Margaritaville.
How much money did he make off that song?
He toured a lot.
Does anyone understand the mystery of Jimmy Buffett?
No. No. You would think by now he'd be playing Great Venture and
I put Jimmy Buffett the same place I put Seals and Croft. I don't put one above or below the other. I don't know why people don't have hummingbird hats and follow Seals and Croft from town to town. Earl, you know music. What is the mystery of Jimmy Buffett?
It brings out, I think, that inner corporate dude type deal, because that's the one show where, like, people who wear suits and they're really buttoned down, that's their day to get loose and go crazy and
So
get
it's
drunk.
almost like Halloween for them.
To a degree,
They
yeah.
can pretend there's something else.
Yeah, they can get drunk. They get. I've seen it with my old bosses. Like, they're very straight laced. They go to a Buffett show. They get wasted at a Buffett.
But they can do that anytime they want. Why Buffett?
he coined because half of his songs are about drinking.
He markets himself.
Why don't we get drunk and screw and all that fucking bullshit?
He's got.
All right, here's another mystery. What is the mystery of this Neil Diamond? Why is he still around after all these years?
It may be that people just like to sing his song, like he's a sing-along type guy.
I understand. Good songwriter. He's written hits. But as a performer, am I crazy here?
Well, you're a huge demographic who, is big into voting, and they also turn up for Neil Diamond is old women, or at least women 60 and over.
Have you
And
seen
they
some
do
of his-
not go away for Neil Diamond. They are rabid.
His gigantic tour every time he goes out.
Right, and those women can make his album into the top 10 on the charts.
He did American Idol this week. They did all his songs on Idol this week.
And my grandmother tuned in.
You know what? Couldn't be worse. Those idols never sing as good as anybody that they bring out. They always look worse. Because I would just go, well, Neil Diamond sings better than you. How could you be a fucking idol? Earl, who's somebody you don't understand the appeal? And I really like a long-term appeal. Because some of these people, you would think they were a fad, but they never went away.
For a long time, I couldn't understand the Dead. I mean, the fact that they're still touring now.
You know why you don't understand is because you're black. I don't think black people ever understand the Grateful Dead.
But the whole, following around the country, don't wash your feet, that whole nonsense.
You don't think that's a little bit of a stereotype?
I've known Deadheads that they follow that thing to the core.
I'm not washing your feet. Stop being like that, Earl.
I'm not being like that.
Stop having white hate.
But, I mean, that part of it, I was like, okay, if you're a fan of the music, fine. Traveling and following them all over the place, never got that.
Because you've never left Queens. You've been the furthest you've been is this building. And even this makes you nervous. He asked me the other day, is there anything on the other side of the Hudson River?
Oh, Jesus.
I go, you've heard of New Jersey before.
Come on.
He doesn't believe it. He thinks it's like one of those medieval maps where it just breaks off into nothingness. And then there's just like a drawing of a dragon around where Pennsylvania would be.
Queens is his little town like in the Truman Show.
Yeah.
He can never go over the jetty.
He's going to run into the edge. The painted backdrop.
What do you think is the biggest area you need to live in? If they said you couldn't leave this area for the rest of your life, I'll take care of all the expenses, but, you'll live like a rich person. What's the smallest area you could pick for yourself?
I would need a whole town.
A town?
A town, yes. I would need like just a town, maybe 5 miles by 6 miles.
All right, 5 by 6 miles. And if I gave you, let's say, $20 million. You wouldn't leave there.
I would take that in a second. You could probably get me for a lot worse. You could probably get me
$20 million. What's the smallest place that you would live forever?
for $20 million.
$20 million.
Fuck, Ron. I am not just shitting. I'd give me a half a city block. Why is that funny for $20 million?
And then I get to tie a chain to your neck like you're a dog, so you can't go
I
any
am
further.
surprised people think that's a joke. It's $20 million. All
right.
I'm going to live in a half a city block.
Let's just say, could you live somewhere that is the size of a football field?
Yes, for the right price.
$20 million.
Yes.
How about
How-
$8 million?
Yes.
Okay, that is easy. $1 million?
Yeah, for $1 million, I'd still do it. But that's my absolute minimum. But for $1 million to live in a football field, all the shit I could get, I would come up with a new movie theater, a pool. I'd make my own little ocean, beach maybe on the 20-yard line.
You realize that we're not living in 1830. I don't know where you think if the city block that you lived in happened to be the Upper East Side, you're not even getting a house for $20 million. You're gonna have to fucking work somewhere.
You can ship all your comforts into your area, your designated zone.
I know, but you wouldn't be a little claustrophobic.
No. Not for $1 million. I get to watch movies. I get to play the Wii. I get to do all this shit. You know, I get to do what I want. My favorite thing is to watch movies and TV. I would build a gigantic fucking screen and be at home. It's a big deal. I've been to England and all that shit. It's not that great. I've been to the Grand Canyon. It's a big fucking hole. Whoa. I've traveled.
So you've seen it all.
I've seen it all. I've traveled. I've never
and
been
the
to
best
Asia.
thing ever is a Wii and a movie screen. That's the best thing that the planet Earth has to offer.
And homemade beach.
Earl, what about for you?
Islands comparable to the size of Manhattan. I need space.
You need an island.
Yeah, I need.
And
I
you'd
need-
go there for $20 million.
Yeah, I would need.
Would you be willing to do this? For $20 million, you go back to Africa. Because I can make calls. By the way, you will be taking your family.
Make sure you call all of my uncles. You're going to make some rings.
They're ready to chip
I got $200 for you, Ron.
Hey, somehow we raised $40 million. Right away. How did that happen?
Earl, we also want you to take Al Sharpton for an extra 20.
But I'd go back to Africa for like. For 40
What do you mean
million?
back to Africa? You never been there.
I know, I've never been there.
The furthest you've been is Jamaica, and that's Jamaica, Queens.
He acts like he'll get back there and he'll just recognize the old neighborhood.
Earl actually on his last vacation, he sent me greetings from Jamaica, but it was Queens. And it was just Earl in front of that lemon ice place. What's the name of that, Earl?
The Lemon Ice King of. That's actually
Of Corona?
Of Corona, yes.
Why don't you bring some of them in one day? By the way, this cake was delicious.
Oh, Mike and Hope, thank you very much for the cake.
I hope you guys didn't dose us. Really?
Uh-oh.
You know what I like? The fact that after I ate it, I looked up and they were still there. I get very nervous when I eat something and the people who gave it to me are gone. Which I did eat a little piece of paper that David Lynch gave me. Just a little tab.
that wasn't smart.
That
was not smart.
Oh,
jeez.
Fuzzy.
Don't.
You're going to a mental institution this weekend.
I know I'm going to a mental institution.
Blue Highway Part 2. Fez.
Here's Mike. You're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies.
What's
hey,
up?
I just wanted to ask you, Dave, would you give up drinking for $20 million?
Yeah, I would. I'd give up drinking for $20 million.
And yet you won't give up drinking for your new kid. You sick bastard.
She's not worth that kind of scratch.
I already heard you make a little drinking date with Anthony.
Yeah.
You said the Saturday after the kid is done.
Right.
Not even born. When the kid is done. Like his wife is baking a cake in her womb right now. Sick prick.
I miss drinking with Mr. Anthony, so the Saturday after the
You know
kid's
what?
born, we're
You
drinking.
know that the night we went out to Florio's, this drunken bastard left a message at Anthony's house in the middle of the night, which Anthony said wasn't even English. Give me the phone. I'm
I
going to
always
delete.
do.
I'm going to
Come
delete
on.
from you.
Don't
I'm
do
going to
that.
delete his number.
I always leave him messages, though. That's like a little thing that we have. 'Cause
That's a thing you have. It's not his thing.
He told me he likes them. He said specifically, I like when you leave messages. So I don't say anything. I just like, hey, what's up, man?
So stupid. You know why he likes that?
Why?
He makes him feel superior.
He should. He's a genius.
Oh, absolutely, he should feel superior to you. You calling him is the same as sound to him as a mosquito hitting up against his screen at his house. Here is Sean. Sean, you're on Fez.
Hey guys, Dave, you got your David Lynch movies mixed up. It's Blue Velvet and Lost Highway, not Blue Highway.
I didn't even pick up that. I didn't even know that you were doing a David Lynch thing. I thought maybe this was some fucking Fish song I didn't know. You were bringing it out of nowhere. What about you, Fezzy? Smallest place you could live?
I'm gonna probably need a state. Yeah,
Delaware.
Delaware's kind of small. Give me like a Jersey-sized state. Something a little bit bigger.
Jersey. It's the only one.
That's that size.
But that's not Jersey. But one that's not Jersey.
Oh, come on with that.
Fez, I'm looking over. We don't have anything shaped like Jersey, except for Jersey. Here's something exactly in your size. Jersey.
It's the only state that fits those parameters. I thought he was going to say like a Colorado type because there's a lot of square states.
I got news for you. I don't even feel like the planet Earth is enough room for me. If I even think that I can't get off this planet, I start to feel my throat closing in. I need a little space.
How about if you could get Jupiter?
No, I need to leave this solar system.
That's asking a lot.
Is it?
Yeah, we don't have the technology for it.
Yet. But if you guys keep me alive...
You want us to freeze you?
Please. Please freeze me. I'd like to be frozen and woken up in May.
It is May.
Oh.
It just started. Today's May Day.
Was it really?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to go to a parade in Moscow.
Time to show off the weapons.
Afterwards, let's play Mother May I after the show today. We'll just get that old game going. No, you may not. Take 2 turnip steps. Mother, may I? Yes, you may. Here's Kevin. Kevin, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, boys? How you doing?
Yeah.
Hey, just a quick point. You know, regardless of how much money you have, if you're confined to a small space, you can't go anywhere to enjoy it.
You don't
Can't take
understand. These
vacations,
people,
can't go
their loves and the enjoyment they have is so small.
Yeah.
Dave, you can keep him very excited with a bunch of bubble wrap. The first thing he would get was like $400,000 worth of bubble wrap. Listen, it's popping.
That would be a good investment on my part.
Joe, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Fez wants a whole state, but yet he can't leave his apartment. What's he need a state for?
But I like to know that I can.
Remember, I'm not even going to bring this up, but remember for New Year's resolution that he came up with, he is going to really get out and about this year. And we're, 5 months in now?
Yeah.
There's no getting out and about. And that's why I never believe anyone's resolution, what they plan on doing, how they're turning their job away. It's just pipe dreams. I said that to David Lynch. Go ahead, shut your eyes for 20 minutes and have a pipe dream like my buddy Fez. I'm going to really enjoy myself next week. Not today. Today I'm staying under these covers.
How much money am I getting for my place?
Nobody's buying your house, right?
Nobody.
What have you dropped?
Put it on the
What have you
market
dropped the price down to?
yet. I haven't put it. No, I'm still painting it. I've been painting for the last few weeks.
What are you asking for stink acres?
You know what you ought to paint it with? Invisible paint.
No, I'm talking about the imaginary place that you guys are all getting. I'm going to build mine on the Canadian-New York border, and it's going to be. I've dreamed about a bomb shelter. This is my dream: is to build a big bomb shelter
And put Gap in it.
No, Gap's going to be fine. We're actually negotiating that.
Not me, brother. I don't want to outlive any bomb. Do you?
Yeah.
I want to know that I'm first. I say London's drowning, and I live on the river. That's when I'll be comfortable.
I'm all about the Jericho thing. I mean, I want to come up out of my bomb shelter.
Chris Jericho?
No, the show.
Break the walls down.
I want to come out of my bomb shelter.
You're
Have the
Millennium
whole
Man.
fucking planet to myself.
All right, Paulo, we got a break here. It seems like you don't want to talk about movies anymore.
I'm sorry.
You got nothing for us?
There's Iron Man this week. There's also Maid of Honor with Patrick Dempsey. Everybody involved with this movie should be ashamed of it. Even
Well,
Patrick
you know,
Dempsey.
remember when Patrick Dempsey was like a younger kid? He was all about personality. And now he's just about posing. Like he's like really an attractive man. And then like people that are really attractive, you know, guys, like like Brad Pitt or something, he wouldn't play this part in a movie. He wouldn't play, look at me, I'm really attractive. He would be embarrassed.
Well, he's running at the first movie roles that he can star in that he's had for years. I mean, after, Loverboy and those things in the mid-'80s, he never got a
What
call
was that
again.
one that he did? Oh, Can't Buy Me Love.
Can't Buy Me Love.
I saw that thing about 100 times on cable.
Sure. Yeah, that's a classic.
You shit on my house! You shit on my house!
You all saw
No,
Enchanted,
was that
right?
from a movie or are you breaking down?
That's from a movie.
Because I don't know. A lot of times you say stuff and you imagine that they happen.
That's from Can't Buy Me Love.
You know what makes me worried? You're going in a nut hut this weekend, and you're already at the point where you're wearing those comfortable sweaters that someone your age, you know what I mean? It looks like you're dressing for comfort.
I started freezing in here.
Are you going to wear slippers all the time or are you going to put on shoes?
I don't know if they'll let me have shoes. I'm taking slippers. They said to bring slippers.
See, to me, that looks like you quit.
So
Slippers looks like I don't want to. Look at everybody's. Now, here's the weirdest thing, and I was talking to actually Jenny Q about this. And out of all your fears and paranoias, this is probably the one that would make me scared. Going into a nut hut, handing over my keys, my identity, and leaving it up to someone else.
I'm petrified.
Yeah, I mean, this is like everyone's kind of nightmare, you know?
Fez, you are a very important person. You go in there, you tell those people, fix me, look under my hood, give me a tune-up, get me the hell
See,
out of
that's
here.
the kind of stuff that they're going to think you're not even a person.
Yeah, that's what I want to do, Polo. Go in there ranting.
Grab them by the lapels and shake them until they understand that you don't let them fuck with you. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
All
you
right,
have the
Paul,
world,
thanks.
the
Go
world
ahead.
by your
Go
balls.
away. I forgot we got Z-Man here. Fonzie Z-Man. Let's bring the Z in. Play his theme music that we're going to be playing for his show. This is... he's the one who won the show off you, Fez. And yet we've now put, I believe, 13 shows on the channel in the time since we saw him. Z-Man back from Honduras. And where else were you? Dominican
Republic and Honduras.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
Did you buy that shirt down there?
No, I did not.
It has that kind of look
Well,
about
that's
it.
my feel since I came back.
Yeah. Now, what were you doing down that way?
Contingent from JR Cigars, Lou Rothman, the bigwig there, invited me, and actually people from General Cigar. General owns the brands Partagas, Macanudo.
I had no idea. So it's almost like General Motors.
Yeah, something like
of
that.
cigars.
And they go on a yearly trip down to those countries where they manufacture. And I'm telling you guys, it was pretty amazing. Very, very amazing to see the whole outfit. And, I visited like 3-4 cigar factories.
Did you feel like the ugly American, though? Did it seem like the people were living below poverty levels so
Well,
you and I can smoke cigars?
Yeah.
See, that makes me sad.
Yeah.
I don't think that, to me, sometimes it's like, hey, why don't you come on over to the sausage factory? And I'm like, I like sausage, but I don't know if I want to know how it's made.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because it's monstrous operation. I mean, in Santiago, Dominican Republic, they got 4,000 people working there. And you just pass, rows and rows of cigar rollers and people bunching tobacco. And they're all, island people, and they all give you that, who's the fat gringo? That
Is
look.
that right? They look
give
at
you
you?
that look, not a mean look, but they all give you that lift in the eye, like, here comes an American millionaire walking through.
And probably to them, you are. I mean,
yeah.
like your lifestyle compared to their lifestyle.
Absolutely. But Honduras was...
Which is like, we're paying for a lot of these cigars, you pay like $12-14. You probably can get them down there for what, a penny?
Well, I plucked a lot off the rollers' tables, which was kind of cool, which I brought for some of the folks here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think you're going to enjoy this. But for the guys here, I did buy a nice, because I know, Dave, I don't know if Fez can smoke or what. If you can.
Sure you can.
I
Yeah,
bought
I'm
some,
good.
this is a great selection of stuff here for the group. Sweet.
Beautiful.
And,
Thank you,
Ron
Z-Man.
has Ron has a selection.
You know what I like too? You brought them in a nice baggie, like the old days.
Check this
Like,
out.
how many fingers is this? Let me take a look.
But that stuff is all basically plucked right off the rollers' tables.
Is that right?
Some of them don't even have bands on them. Like
now,
fresh right off. So you know that's pretty primo stuff.
Now, how are they rolling? I mean, they're just rolling by hand, even down there. Are they?
Yeah, no,
There's
it's
no
all-
kind of automated rolling.
You know, there is for the machine-made ones, the cheaper, the short filler, the chopped-up tobacco. But to watch the operation is just beyond belief.
Smell that. It smells just fantastic.
You know what?
I love the smell.
Well, you know what? Walk into like a 5,000 square foot facility, and the smell of it is just massive, overpowering. It's like just bashes you right in the head. But it's an amazing operation to see. But I think more of the cultural stuff I saw, which was really cool. Honduras is a very poor country. And yet we're staying in a 5-star Hilton with guys with machine guns lined up around. and
To
following
protect
us.
you from
Yeah.
the locals?
They told us, here we are in this incredible hotel. They told us don't go outside into the street. Well, why not? Because they kidnap Americans. Well, who's they? The guys that like to kidnap Americans. Kidnap them and sell them.
So you stayed in the hotel?
Yeah, I stayed in the hotel. And
You didn't want to go out and beat some hookers? And
hello, room service?
Yeah. That's amazing, though. I mean, you know what? To look at it,
and when you were coming back from there, was custom stuff on you guys? When
you know what? No, because they knew we were in the cigar business, so they weren't. But they would have been, especially with unbanded cigars. They can take them if they want. Even if you show, I bought them here, they can do whatever they want. So,
I was reading some of your blog. I wanted to throw this in here. So you went down in the private jet, right?
yeah, that was pretty cool. They get a private jet, and that's an experience. It flies at 43,000 feet, which is about 10,000 feet higher than commercial jets.
So you're way up there.
Yeah.
How quick did it take you to get to Dominican?
Well, I think we stopped in West Palm Beach first to refuel because they're smaller planes. And then we went to the
There's
Dominican.
no bathroom on that plane?
There is.
Okay.
And it's embarrassing if you go because everybody hears and smells everything. So
Now you'll live like Fez.
That's out.
It wouldn't bother me even slightly. I'm not saying I need to pinch a loaf, but if we're up there drinking, I like to piss every once in a while. All right, this let me read here from.
Well, it was about 2.5 to get down to West Palm, and then I think about an hour and a half to get over to.
You say you're flying on a Hawker XL flying machine. What you could consider baseball's equivalent of Mickey Mantle
the two people were.
and Juan Marichal.
The two guys that I hung out with, Lou Rothman and a guy named Daniel Nunez, who runs General Cigar. They're like if it was baseball, it'd be like Mantle and Marichal.
They're that big.
Yeah, I was hanging with like the monsters of the business, and it was pretty cool.
And they said they started busting your balls right away because you brought too much luggage.
You know what? Nobody told me. They bring this little duffel bag with like 2 pairs of underwear and a T-shirt.
Not to take up room on the.
And I bring the fucking steamer trunk with the stuff on the side. Africa, Asia, pictures of palm trees.
Because when you're in those little things, you only can carry so much weight.
That's exactly it. And they look at me. Lou looks at me and he goes, "You're out of your fucking mind."
We did one of the. I don't want to say some fucking rich guy, right? He flies us around places, and there was too many of us, so they had to fly the plane back later to pick up his dog. They flew a plane about 400 miles each way to pick up a dog.
Wow.
That's having money.
Well, when we went, like you said, when we went to Honduras, they made me ship my trunk back to the U.S., and I just borrowed a little thing and took a couple.
That's hysterical. That's so embarrassing.
Well, it was. They beat the shit out of me.
This is
over
my
that.
other line I really like. By the time you got to West Palm Beach, Lou told me they all took a vote for me to shut the fuck up.
You know, it really is funny. I've never done that before, right? Never been on a private plane. Never been to, I'm Cigar Land. I'm a cigar guy. I'm so excited. I'm like a puppy, that's jumping up and down. When you go, you want to go outside? And I'm like, I'm going. And I wouldn't shut up. So he just pulled me aside and he goes, we all took a vote and to shut the fuck up the rest of the flight. I was like, you feel like an asshole, but you get over it.
What's really funny is wherever we've gone with you, we've taken a vote for you to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
It's unanimous in this country.
I figured if you ain't going to learn by this point, it ain't going to happen at all, though. All right, so we're going to smoke some of these cigars. Now, we were talking about you won a radio show from Fez.
I remember that. And, his
And-
hair, your hair came in really good, man.
Well, thank you.
I haven't seen you in a while, but it did.
It has been a while.
Did come, looks nice.
See, as much as you worried, that could be you now. You'd be fine.
Yeah, it'd still be short, but go ahead.
Yeah,
I've had haircuts since.
Oh, have you?
Yes.
And you also
That looks good.
You don't get height from cutting your hair. Look at Dave's hair. He cut just the middle.
That's right.
Looks sweet.
It's the new look I'm going for.
But what are we waiting for? What are we going to do for you to win your... No, it's Tommy Z's World of Cigars is going to be the name of
Planet
it.
Z-Man.
All right, Planet Z-Man.
And my friend Earl is going to work with me, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit.
Is there going to be a lot of black rock music that people can listen to?
A lot of Grateful Dead,
Yeah.
Unwashed Feet, stuff like
Well,
that.
he has a dream. See, he's had a dream for years. He can't get his radio show on, which is the Black Rock Coalition. Here is Greek Girl. Greek Girl, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hi, Ron. Hi, Fezzy.
Good. What up?
Yeah, Fez, I want you to feel better about going into the mental health hospital.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter has been in a mental health hospital, and it is really helping her.
How long has she been in?
You don't want to know.
All right, so that's not helping me, Greek girl.
Just tell us how long she's been in there.
She's been in there for 8 months.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, she was a danger to
Well,
her.
that's a good thing I'm not seeing summer movies anyway.
I may end up changing the name of this program to Ron and the Planet Z-Man radio show.
Better pack winter clothes.
Don't do that. He'll be fine.
Really, Fez, just in case, I do want you to take a Santa hat.
Warm slippers.
All right, here's my belief. Here's what's going to happen. And I know you like being the good boy, and you like competing on a very easy playing field. And I think that you're going to get there and see that you're much better off than the other people in there.
Uh-huh.
And that, oddly enough, is going to make you want to stay even longer because you're going to feel like you dominate. It's like Fez, Dave has that daydream about going back and playing Little League ball, but being the size that he is now.
Right.
That's how you're going to feel with the nuts in there.
My minions.
And you're going to be like, because one time I had to go see a friend of mine. He went into the Army 6 hours in a boot camp. He went crazy, and they had to lock him up. So then they kicked him out of the Army, but he had to be transferred into a regular fucking nut hut before he could go straight out again, right? So I go to see him. He's in there in his fucking slippers and his pajamas. And I'm like, hey, how you doing? He's like, I got a really good grade on this. And it was, he had cut things out of a magazine, and they were the food groups. So that he had his grains and his vegetables and his fruits. I go, here, let me see this. Get the fuck! Don't sit here and feel all happy that you cut things out of a magazine. You hate the Army. You're out. Stop being a big pussy about it.
If that's gonna be the
then I
mayor.
set off an alarm. I'm not even kidding you.
I wonder if they will work on diet.
See, when you say stuff like that is what makes them keep you. What is it that you want to have happen there, Fez?
I just want to get some skills to be able to go day by day without...
Oh, dear Lord, these things I pray.
Without, being so... Just to be able to deal with the anxiety. Just something.
What do you think they're going to give you in there?
I don't know. Some sort of cognitive therapy, something that I can take home, something I can work on, something that'll just give me a firm foundation.
I think he's brave. I don't think I could do this. I think I would be...
I hope I still do.
The same way the Z-Man was down in Honduras, where I'd want some people around me with machine guns, keeping an eye on things. Would you be able to do this, Dave?
Not voluntarily. I was put in the nut hut for an extended period of time after I ran away.
You didn't run away. You were 24.
Right.
You actually went out.
Right. When I was captured by my elderly parents, they drove me straight to the nut hut.
They tracked your scent.
Did everybody know it? Like everybody in your family, like aunts and uncles?
Yeah, it's horrible.
Oh, God.
I still haven't lived it down. There's certain factions of my cousins who won't look me straight in the eye.
I couldn't.
You went where? Mental hospital? Faggot.
Where did they
Thanks for
found
the
out,
pep talk.
Where did they found out you licked the sheet that your dad's cum was on?
They don't need to hear about that.
You You brought it up. I'm not a fucking mind reader. It's
confessions.
Speaking of which, did anybody watch David Blaine yesterday? The great David Blaine on Oprah.
Yeah.
Held his breath 17 minutes.
For real?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
In an
How
aquarium.
did they prove that he... Oh, because he was in water.
Yeah, that's how.
I was going to say.
It's not like a bar trick. Yeah, you go underwater, see? They finally figured out a way to prove whether someone can hold their breath.
Maybe he has gills.
You
I don't
submerge
know.
them.
It's a lie detector.
Does he have gills?
Now, here's the, and I would say cheating, but it's open to anybody because Guinness Book of World Record was there. You can breathe in this oxygen, this pure oxygen that gets into every cell in your body. And you could do it for up to 30 minutes. He did it for 23 minutes. And then he submerged himself and just sat there in the water for 17 minutes.
Wow.
To me, it's great. Now,
So that was the world's record?
amazing.
That's the
Yeah.
world's
Yep.
record?
Now, I'm like,
That's amazing.
why don't you just do magic? Why can't you go back and just do tricks? Like, why are you always doing this?
He'll never do another trick again. His next thing is to break the world's record for sleep deprivation.
I think I hold that. Well, I'm tied with Flathead.
And that's pretty dangerous.
A lot of magicians need the big stunt, though. I mean, Houdini had it. A lot of these guys have that thing.
Are you guys like magicians
I
or you
love
hate
them.
them?
You know what? I
Love
never
them.
liked him, but Chris Angel I thought was cool when he came out.
Oh,
And I-
Who's your favorite, Chris Angel?
Yeah, I like him better than
Who's
Blaine.
yours?
After Blaine, it's Hans Klock.
I don't even know him.
Yeah,
Who's
he's
that?
great. He's the main
Isn't that
guy.
a porn star?
He's the main guy in Vegas right now, and he even closes his act with Pam Anderson, and he tells his whole life story. He's awesome.
I know that she's doing that, but I've never seen his act.
Yeah.
She's doing
That's who
Hans
do you
Klock.
like?
I always like Siegfried and Roy, but they've retired since.
Are they magicians? I thought that they were animal trainers.
No, they were magicians, illusionists.
Considered
I didn't know that.
Illusionists, yeah.
I never once saw their show. I thought that they just made lions stand on top and shit.
Attack them.
See, I don't like this kind of stuff. I don't like the flamboyant stuff. I like Penn and Teller, and I think even more I like Ricky Jay, who does the short, con stuff and the card stuff. I really like.
Awesome.
I like the close-up stuff, which is the way David Blaine started with like
Yeah.
street magic.
Yeah.
I like that more than I just made a building disappear
Yeah.
and it's illusion, it's magic. Who was the guy, Fezzi, that used to have the curly hair?
Doug Henning?
That's
Doug
very
Henning,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, I think he died, right?
Yeah, he died and had kind of like a tie-dyed suit or something
he was
that he would wear.
very 1970s.
He looked like a soft rocker.
Yeah.
He looked like he would have been an ABBA or Air Supply.
A lot of those guys have that like weird kind of facelift look to him. Like David Copperfield has that weird sort of look to his face.
Earl, any black magicians? Globetrotters? Is that your favorite?
Nipsey Russell is he a
Curly Neal?
magician?
Made a VCR disappear.
Hey, no, I don't think I can't even remember any black musicians. I was always like
Magicians.
illusionists, all those cats.
You're not going to be in this today. Here's John. He just doesn't want to join in the show. But you know what? You got David Lynch. You did it. You didn't give up, Earl. Today you win the Beanie Cup. Earl Douglas.
geez.
Nice, Earl. Beanie Cup winner.
I'm honored to get the
Earl
Beanie
Douglas.
Cup.
Wow.
All right. 0-36 for the Bean Cup. That's cool.
You haven't won yet?
No.
It's named after your mom.
Giving 36 different cups out.
Well, who knows? Maybe when your wife has that baby.
Sure. Ricky Jay's HBO special is one of the greatest things I've ever seen. And everyone should own it. You could get it on eBay. But he tells you the
That'd be a
history
great
of
present
magic.
for me.
Yeah?
Well, yeah, he likes the old corny stuff.
And
he
he
likes
tells
the,
you, yeah.
the short cons.
Yeah.
I love that stuff. Here is Tom. Tom, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, boys? How about Penn and Teller?
Love him.
Guy caught a bullet that was marked in his teeth.
Yeah. I like Penn and Teller, too. I really think that they're very, very old school with it. By the way, that TV show that they do, bullshit, hysterical. Here
good.
is Chris. Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
What's up, buddies?
Yeah.
Yeah, my favorite magician would have to be Joe from Arrested Development.
That was always great. Hey, they're pregnant, him and his wife.
Yep, her and Amy Poehler.
Her, it's him.
Him and Amy Poehler.
He's pregnant?
Right after baby's mama came out.
Well, was she pregnant at the premiere? Because she looked like she was wearing a
She must have
like
been.
a little pregnancy dress.
Yeah.
Which your wife doesn't go for that stuff at all, huh?
No. She keeps with the sweatpants, maybe
T-shirt.
maybe some overalls if she's feeling happy.
Yeah.
You know, very hillbilly Jim type look that I shouldn't actually say on
Sweet
the
talker.
air.
My pregnant wife looks like hillbilly Jim.
Don't do that to the country boy.
I wondered why she had the big horseshoe around her neck.
He turns me on.
She wrestled with Lil Beaver in WrestleMania 3.
Well, she hasn't wrestled with that little beaver in a long time.
Oh, shit.
You walked right into that friggin' door.
Here's Casey. Oh, Casey. We're just talking about you.
Sweetie.
No, not Dave's Casey.
Oh.
But, yeah, I know someone that went to, I believe, the same one that Fezzi's going to, and it was really good for him.
How long was he in?
8 months.
Oh,
Seems
no.
to be the average.
Oh, no. He was in for, like, I think 2 weeks. Maybe 3 or 4.
It's really hard for me, Fezzi. I worry that your expectations are too high over just a week.
Well, see, that's why I'm worried now that I'm gonna, like, it's not gonna work. Like, I'm not gonna get, like, I'm actually gonna be worse coming out of there.
Now, how would you be worse?
Well, just...
You're a goddamn maniac right now.
Just from being nervous about being there, like, I'm afraid, like, I get there and I'm not gonna be able to calm down and go to work while I'm there. To work
You think
on
you're
this
gonna be
stuff.
so nervous?
Yeah, that's...
I would hate giving away my keys, taking off my shoelaces, my belt.
Yeah.
I would feel too much like I was being kept.
That's exactly how it's
And then
gonna
the shock
feel.
treatment. I don't even know how you're going to do that. They run all those volts right through your brain.
I have no plans on doing shock treatment.
You know what? You just got to surrender 1,000%. You do, right? He's got to surrender 1,000% and just go with the flow. It's the only
Wow.
way.
But surrender. Give up.
But
Give up
it
your
really, I
personality.
mean, you can't fight anything when you're in there. You got to go with it. And I
Well,
think
you can bite and kick, right?
When the volts come through,
That's
yeah.
when they shackle you.
Yeah. Here's Phil. You're on Fez.
Hey, Z.
Yeah.
When you do your Ron and Fez impressions, dude, I close my eyes. It's like I'm listening to them. Could you hit that a little bit for me?
Must I?
It's up to you. You're known as an impressionist.
You hear what the people
How
want.
did that happen? I'll sneak it in.
Here's V. V, you're on Fez.
Yeah, I just got out of the nut hut about a week ago, and it was the best 5 days I've had in a long time.
What was some of the stuff you did in there?
I got to walk around in my socks all day, and I got to eat ice cream. And you basically just go to groups all day, where you sit in a circle and you say, how does so-and-so feel, or how does that, or you do little workshops, like you'll, do little tests, or they pass out papers and stuff. It's almost
Nursery
like
school.
first or second grade, kind of. And people treat you like you're 7. It's awesome. It's like everyone's like, how are you doing?
Now, what-
Me at ice cream.
V, what is wrong with you that you had to go there?
I was diagnosed paranoid schizophrenic.
Same as Fez.
But I got in there, and they felt that wasn't the right kind of diagnosis for me, and they thought I just had major anxiety and stuff like that. So they put me on 3 medications, Trazodone, Clonidine, and Prozac.
You're going to be coming out of there like Brussels sprouts. You're going to be such a vegetable. Can I tell
I
you
feel
what
like a
to
zombie.
really bring that's important?
What's that?
Juicy fruit.
Juicy fruit.
Medication time. Medication time, Mr. Watley.
Juicy fruit.
Everybody come in for medication time. That's it. It's your time for medication. What if you look over and you see David Lynch standing next to you?
I'll freak out.
There's a unified field where all ideas come from. Everything is one. I came back with this field with an idea of what if I had a bunch of people rape Isabel Rossellini while huffing gas. Well, thanks for bringing that back, David. That really helps us out here. Medication time. I bet you're the coolest guy in the whole ward.
Thank you, Ron. I appreciate that.
Which would be the scariest thing ever.
Just shuffling along in my socks.
Here is Dave. Dave, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys. Hey, Dave, if this is you after the Nut Hut, you might need to go back for a booster shot, bud.
Maybe a little tune-up someday. Maybe also visit Fez on the weekend sometime.
Are we allowed to visit you, Fez?
Yeah, they said they encourage visitors.
I'm going to be in Costa Rica.
I would rather you didn't. I would rather you stayed close by. In fact, if you wouldn't mind, for your vacation, I wouldn't mind, like, if you just got, like, a hotel near the Nut Hut so that you're, like, really...
Yeah, that'll be really enjoyable for me, Fez.
Within shouting distance.
You could just put posters up at Costa Rica.
I will talk you into escaping so quickly. Here is Tom. Tom, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, is Fezzy going to turn into Cheswick, like in Cuckoo's Nest? I want my cigarettes, Nurse Ratchet.
I'm not going to pick up smoking.
Mac. Juicy fruit. What the hell did you say? You got them all fooled, Chief. Jason, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys. Yeah, I'm a professional magician that travels around listening
Great.
to
Well, I
these
got two
guys.
radio shows, so we're each doing pretty well for ourselves.
Yeah, we're doing pretty well, too. Thanks, Ron. Anyway, if you had any questions about magic stuff, you know, there was a black magician.
Yeah, I do have a question. What's it feel like to have to buy an act instead of thinking of stuff yourself?
We do stuff. We do manual dexterity stuff, but... Yeah, the jugglers and comedians are usually pretty pissed at us. But,
I would say
we
this:
usually get paid.
magicians are professional liars. Everything
We
that
really
they
are.
say is a lie. It's like
I
paying
love
money to
your
go see a
show,
car
and,
salesman.
yeah,
You cannot believe a magician.
that's true.
Did you ever? Let me ask you this about Ricky Jay. When he throws the cards into fruit, are those real cards or has he got metal cards?
No, I actually do that. That is a real card, yeah.
And he throws it right. Have you ever seen this, Fez?
No, I've never
throw
seen
it
it.
across the room and into a watermelon.
Yeah, it sticks into it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, it looks like if he hit you in the throat with that, he could, he could use a deck of cards like a weapon. Who's your
I
favorite?
actually called you guys to have me come up and throw that at Dave during one of your contests and stuff. But yeah, you can definitely throw them right into fruit.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that. You want to do that, Dave?
Sure.
We'll have him throw cards into your ass.
Yeah. I can do that.
I'll sharpen them up a little.
Well, Fez, remember when we tried to bring that stupid magician in that time to try to get something going and we couldn't?
Oh, yeah, and he put me in the stocks. And
Yeah, nobody cared.
Yeah.
No one cared.
Yeah.
Nothing we've ever done has died on stage like that. And I immediately, I turned around, and I mean, we had been doing a 3-hour show, and it was killing. And all of a sudden, we brought out this magician to put Fez's head in the stocks, and suddenly the room went quiet, and people were like, and I just walked off stage and left it to him, like, well, here's your bit, Fez, because don't get your flop stink all over me.
I think we got out of it by having Hard Rock Johnny give me a stink face while I was still locked in the thing. This guy had like some old dove that he pulled out. It looked like the dove had been in the act for 60 years.
He looked like Paulo, remember?
Totally. And this thing was just molting. Gross.
Here's Swanson. You're on Ron and Fez.
Fez, if you're going to go in there, let me tell you one thing right now. Watch out for the retards because they will try to get you with their forearms. They got that really strong forearm.
Staying
However,
close.
if you can
Yeah.
find a not so strong one, which is hard to do, but you can come up with your own radio show while you're in there.
Oh, Fez, if you start doing a radio show in the corner, just talking into a fucking banana for a week. Hey, everybody, Fez Watley.
Retard radio.
Can you do Z-Man plugs?
Oh.
In the Nut House, please.
They'll appreciate him.
Oh, Z-Man, would you go see him in there?
Of course I would.
Take him some cigars?
Juicy fruit and cigars. Absolutely.
You really want people to go? I don't think I can see you in there, Fez.
Why?
Seriously.
Well, then you just stay by. We'll find a hotel nearby and just stay near.
You imagine how embarrassing it'll be for me to see you in that capacity?
Yeah, but I mean, if I have to call you in.
I'd rather see you having gay sex, something I can go, hey, I accept you for this. I don't want to accept you as being a maniac in a nut hut. and I'm going to just come in with all kinds of sharp stuff, flashing around, broken mirrors, shanks. Hey, anybody want to buy something sharp? Go ahead, put your finger on it.
It's all
really sharp.
It's all going to end up in the sharp closet for things that aren't even sharp.
It's an embarrassment, though, huh?
Just anything that could be a danger.
What do you think the chances are you'll back out of this? Be totally honest.
Right now, I'd say about 25%.
You're about 1 in 4 that you won't go in there.
Yeah. And, I mean, that includes, like, driving up to the place, getting to the parking lot, and making a U-turn. Like, even getting that close.
I'm just worried that when you're driving, you're going to have some kind of crazy hallucination and run over a kid.
Jesus. He really needs to go immediately. That's going to happen.
Somebody better drive him.
You can't wait till Saturday.
You want me to drive you up there?
Yeah, I'll drive you, Fez. I don't want you nailing
You want,
anybody.
why don't you even go in with him and say that you're his dad?
I could.
Say, this is my son.
Maybe I could do my show with him.
We'll get a double is what'll happen.
I'll do my show to the psychos.
All the mental patients will say, hey, we took a vote.
I'm trying to think of another radio show that one of the hosts had to be locked up. I can't even think. And that's all the stupid morning zoo shows. Those people are considered sane. Scott Shannon is fine as far as America is concerned, but Watley isn't. The wacky morning breakfast flakes in Kansas City, they're fine. Here's Johnny. Johnny, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, fellas?
Yeah.
I just picture Fezzy like Hunter S. and where the buffalo roam, and you come in Laszlo stealing the patient's pills and busting them out.
Yeah, I'm not all... I really don't like institutions all that much. Too white. I just don't like the ideas of it. Fezzy, what's this James Fry story? He's back?
Yeah, this is, actually, I think it's the same Vanity Fair that Hannah Montana's in.
Wait, what a controversial Vanity Fair this is. You think it's just a nice little magazine.
So this is...
Au contraire.
James Fry, who did a million little pieces, and it turned out to be a fake memoir.
Well, there weren't all that many pieces.
Yeah, exactly.
It was like maybe 100,000 at most.
So James Fry and his publisher, Nan Talese, basically setting the record straight on how Oprah duped them into coming on the show.
Now, is Nan Talese still friends with him?
Yeah, Nan Talese is still friends with James Fry.
That
She's
surprises
fixed
me.
at Oprah.
Because I feel like she got set up by him as well. Now, we had Gay Talese, by the way, is Nan Talese's husband, a guy who writes real memoirs, Jersey boy, much like yourself, Dave.
Sweet.
And we had James Fry. We may have been the last good day he ever had. He did our show, Top of the World, and it was like literally the next day that they just leveled him. Yeah.
They steamrolled his ass.
Yeah, they did. Although he kept all the money.
Yep.
I thought the big problem was that he acted like a pussy, that he didn't go, hey, I have to tell you people lies to get you to pay attention to a story. Because really, if you're reading this book, do you care whether he's lying or telling the truth? Or are you just having a good book out of it?
You're reading the story, I think.
Well, didn't he write stuff before that and nobody gave a shit and they said, we don't want to buy this stuff?
Yeah, where they basically had to say... He claimed he even wrote this as a novel first. No, the publishers are saying that's not true.
Right, yeah, that's what Nan Talese is saying, yeah.
But then they're on different sides. Are they on the same sides or different sides?
I think they're on the same side.
Well, he claims that he wrote it as a novel first. Then they gave it back to him and said, look, this doesn't work. So he had to say, he took out the character's name and put an I everywhere.
Right.
But I remember when he was in here, he acted like it was real. And even his second book was real.
Well, he's probably convinced to this point that it's real.
Well, he
He said it so many
and he
times.
was talking about like the different people that were going to play him in the movie version. That's how big this thing was getting at
Dude,
that time.
It's still going to be a movie. You bet your ass, because it still sells. That Million Little Pieces still sells. And I said this is actually not a bad book.
Yeah, it's a good story.
Yeah, it's a good yarn, as they say. But a lot of books that are written that are entertaining aren't true. The Bible is one of them. Not everybody loves the Bible, but you don't want to fact check that thing. You feel embarrassed. Who cares whether a guy got swallowed by a whale or not? Just enjoy the story. Who cares whether you're going to get 2 of every animal and insect and reptile on a boat? Doesn't matter.
With a
It's
guy
a
that
good
lives
story.
to 900.
Yeah, and they had to come up with that because they couldn't work the math out.
No.
They were like hobbits back then.
Short
and old.
I didn't know that. I haven't seen any of that. Is that movie coming out this year?
Bilbo
The
Baggins
Hobbit?
is like 800 years
I never
old.
read
or
I never saw the movie. Never read the book.
Really?
No, I'm an adult.
Never. Yeah, the movie is coming out this summer or next summer.
Here's Tom. Tom, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how you doing today, buddy?
Good.
Ronnie B, real quick, seriously, have you ever considered writing a tell-all or memoirs of your crazy radio life and all this history?
I
and
have.
Secrets of radio?
I've been actually writing it for a couple years. I'm talking with a publisher. The name of the movie, the book, and I hope it to be a movie. It's called My Partner Is Batshit Crazy, and it's an inside story of some of the things Fez has done. Chapter 3 is guess who's crying again?
Is batshit
seems like a little wordy of a title, and I don't know if it would sell. So there.
And the cover is just a picture of your apartment on Roosevelt Island, and I draw a red line right there.
Circle.
And I go,
Like John Madden. Right
then
there.
I just write, imagine if you throw them out of this window.
I picture that all the time.
So look for My Partner Is Batshit Crazy. It should be a lot of fun.
Is that one word, batshit?
Yeah. And I already have the ending line. They say it was an accident, but I think they killed him in that nut hut.
Jesus. It's a grim book.
Yeah.
Scary
Thanks.
ending.
Thanks to my best friend in the whole world, David Lynch, for stopping by in here today.
David,
I'm supposed to go out to dinner with him tonight.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And not in this dimension, though.
Oh.
I'd ask you to come. We're leaving this dimension.
David Lynch, the David Lynch Foundation.org.
Yeah. I'm going to join. That's the end of my show. Donk. Done.
Ron Bennington, Fez Watley, Ron and Fez.